tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. 2017 Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout 2017, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats for the 18th season of Ducks baseball, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales. Box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, our exclusive Smokin' Al's party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the Dream Team. Group ticket packages for the 2017 season are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com. Looking for official Long Island Ducks merchandise, hard-to-find memorabilia, team apparel, and so much more? Then be sure to check out the Waddle In Shop, the official merchandise store of the Ducks. Fans can visit the shop online anytime at liducks.com by clicking on the merchandise icon. Store hours on game days are noon to 4 p.m. and during the game from inside the ballpark only. On non-game days, the store is open Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Children 14 and under can become members of the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Long Island Ducks Kids Club today. Kids will receive a unique gift package and take part in a variety of fun activities that come with being a member of the Kids Club. For more information on how to sign your child up, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. Quacker Jack, the 7-time Best Long Island mascot, is now available for appearances at parties and other special events throughout the Long Island community. Please contact the Community Relations Department at 631-940-3825 to find out more information and to book an appearance. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's game will begin momentarily. You're tuned in to the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. Today's Long Island Ducks game broadcast will begin shortly. Every game this season will be broadcast live on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network with high-definition video and audio via Boxcast. Fans can tune into the game on the Ducks' official Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as the team's official website, liducks.com. Thank you for tuning in, and stand by for complete coverage of today's game. 2017 Long Island Ducks season ticket packages are on sale now. Enjoy the best savings and most benefits available to cheer on your hometown team. 10-game mini plans are also on sale and offer fans the same great seats for 10 games throughout 2017, as well as many other exciting opportunities. To find out more information and secure your seats for the 18th season of Ducks baseball, please call 631-940-3825 during normal business hours. The Bethpage Ballpark box office is now open for individual ticket sales. Box office hours are Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fans can also purchase their tickets by calling 631-940-TIXX or by visiting liducks.com and clicking on the tickets icon. The Ducks offer many packages available for groups with as little as 25 people to as many as 2,000. We offer block seating, pregame and in-game picnics, luxury suites, our exclusive Smokin' Al's party deck, and so much more. In addition, groups have the opportunity to take part in a variety of experiences, such as performing the national anthem or taking the field with the Ducks as the dream team. Group ticket packages for the 2017 season are now on sale. For more information on Ducks group outings, call 631-940-3825 or visit liducks.com.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship.
Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch! Adam Bailey makes the catch! And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
Swinging a ground ball, hit toward short, charging in his lines. He fields, throws to first. The comeback is complete. From 2-0 down in the series, the Long Island Ducks have won 3 in a row at home. And for the 5th time in franchise history, they will head to the Atlantic League Championship Series.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks pregame show.
We are live here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It is time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. And on this Friday evening, the feel of fall is in the air tonight. As in the first day of September, the Ducks will open up a Labor Day weekend series, a 4-game set against the New Britain Bees. Well, good evening, everybody. Alongside David Weiss here in the broadcast booth, my name is Michael Pollack. Thank you so much for tuning in on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network, whether you're joining us on Facebook Live, liducks.com, or youtube.com/ducksbaseball. So the start of a 4-game weekend series for the Ducks, their second to last series of the season here at Bethpage Ballpark. They'll have 3 more next weekend against the Bridgeport Bluefish. But David, after a series split with the York Revolution, which saw the Ducks take the first 2, the Revs take the final 2, Ducks will look to get back on the winning track here tonight.
And take a look at that August record, Michael Pollack. 21 wins in 31 games. That is how you make the playoffs. Now, the Ducks don't have anything sewn up yet, but I seek to belabor this point that the Ducks started the month of August with a 3-game losing streak. 2 of those losses to the York Revolution, 1 to the Bridgeport Bluefish. They were 0-3 and then ripped off 12 consecutive victories. Yes, they ended the month with 2 losses to the Revolution, splitting that 4-game series, but no other way to say it. The Ducks were red hot, hottest team possibly in the country in the month of August at 21-10, and now can do some damage and take a couple of big, giant steps toward the playoffs against the New Britain Bees, who have struggled all season long.
Yes, and the Ducks with that 21-10 month, 2 wins shy of tying the franchise record for most wins in a month. That was in June of 2015, when the Ducks were 23-6. But a very impressive month for the Long Island Ducks that featured that 12-game winning streak. And now Long Island will look to get back on the winning track again. You mentioned, David, the Bees have struggled this year. They come into this series at just 22-30 here in the second half. 9 games in back of the Ducks in the Liberty Division, 48-74 overall. But they're a team that did just beat the Ducks 2 out of 3 up at their place in Connecticut last weekend. So it will not be a pushover by any stretch of the imagination for the Ducks this weekend.
And in terms of preparation for this game, as always, I will print out all kinds of statistics for the Long Island Ducks. Their pitching, their hitting, and it usually goes beyond one page. The Ducks are famous for player movement because of their success. You are a victim of your own success in the Atlantic League, with major league teams coming calling and players moving around and other places coming in to replace them. For the New Britain Bees, though, it's odd. The roster has been more or less set from day one. There hasn't been a lot of movement with the Bees.
No, they really haven't. They've lost a couple players to outside organizations, but the core is intact for this team, and it's amazing because they have a pretty talented roster. A lot of guys who can hit the ball certainly guys who can pitch. We'll see one of them tonight, Kyle Simon, who leads the Atlantic League in complete games, and yet they've been struggling all year. So it's been a bit puzzling for the Bees. The Ducks will try and put that puzzle together and help the Ducks to a playoff berth. Now, they can't wrap up anything tonight. It'll be very tough to wrap up anything in the next couple of days, but Long Island certainly wants to get back on the winning track, and we'll see if they can get started on that winning track here tonight. We'll take a break here on the pregame show, and when we get back, we'll recap yesterday's game, listen to some of the audio highlights, and recap that Ducks defeat to the York Revolution in the series finale.
Hey fans, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark as we get set for tonight's ball game. A tough end to the series for the Ducks against the Revolution last night. They fell 8-5. Things started off well for the Ducks, though. In the first inning, Jordan Hinshaw singled, moved from first to third on an error, and then up came Delta Cleary Jr. against Revolution starter Victor Mateo. 2-2. Breaking ball, line to the right side and past Nash into right field for a base hit. Scoring from third easily is Hinshaw. It's an RBI single for Delta Cleary Jr. And 2 batters into the bottom of the first. The Ducks have a 1-0 lead. So the RBI single for Delta Cleary Jr. And up next for Long Island, or I should say 2 batters later, was Mark Krause. Mateo fires. Krause swings. It's a drive in the air to right. It's hit pretty well. Back goes Mitchell to the track at the wall, and you can forget it. It's a solo home run over the right field wall for Mark Krause, his 20th of the season, tying him for the team lead. And the Ducks double their lead at 2. It's 2-0 here in the first inning. So Mark Krause with a solo home run, his 20th of the year. The Ducks had themselves an early 2-0 lead, and John Brownell got off to a good start for Long Island over the first 2. But things fell apart for Brownell and the Ducks defense in the third inning, as York scored 7 runs, only 5 of which were earned on 3 hits, 3 walks, and 4 errors in the inning. The big blows were an RBI single by Alonzo Harris and a 2-run double by Michael Burgess that gave the Revolution a lead. 3 errors over 2 of the final 4 batters of the inning, and that gave York a 7-2 lead. The Ducks would try and rally back. They got a run in the 5th inning when they put 2 on with 1 out, and up came Lou Ford. 1-1. Line drive off the glove of Mateo, caroms towards the second baseman, and he will not have a play. So it'll be a base hit and an RBI for Elmer Reyes, and the Ducks close to within 7-3. I actually got ahead of myself there. In the 4th inning, they got a run on 2 singles and an RBI infield single from Elmer Reyes. In the 5th, there were 2 singles with 1 out by Hinshaw and Cleary Jr. and an RBI single from Lou Ford. But that was as close as the Ducks would come at 7-4. York got a run in the 8th and an RBI single with 2 out by Jared Mitchell. And a sac fly by Mark Krause in the 9th was it. Long Island left 9 men on base, including 6 over the middle 3 innings, and they fell 8-5. Michael Click, who got 2 big outs with a tying run at the plate in the 5th, got the winner, improved to 3-1. John Brownell, the loser, fell to 9-4. Game took 3 hours and 13 minutes in front of 4,408 here at Bethpage Ballpark. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have a look at this pitching matchup, the starting lineups, and the first pitch.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Billy Horn, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolat patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best-looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the Flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets had glared, the bombs bursting and gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
An excellent job by Brooke Moriber, who has performed our national anthem tonight here at Bethpage Ballpark prior to the series opener between the Long Island Ducks and the New Britain Bees. Ducks joined out on the field by the Three Village T-Ball team. They were tonight's dream team, and we are just about ready for baseball here on this Friday night. David, you could definitely tell autumn is in the air. It's not autumn yet, but it certainly feels like it tonight.
Yeah, we haven't talked much about the weather yet, but we will during the entire game. Talk about flipping the switch from August to September. Yes, we had one rain out during the week, but overall the temperatures were more summer-like just a few days ago, even yesterday. Today, no humidity to speak of. Temperatures never even came close to 80 degrees, and lots of folks here tonight are wearing light jackets or brought them along. It feels like fall, although meteorologically it won't be fall until the third week in September, but the nip is in the air, school is around the corner, but Labor Day weekend has officially begun.
The Ducks about to begin a 4-game series against the Liberty Division foes, the New Britain Bees. Let's take a look at the lineups for tonight's game. For the Bees, who are managed by Stan Clyburn, it will be James Skelton leading things off. He is the catcher. Michael Kraus bats in the number 2 spot, plays center field. Jovan Rosa at third base will hit third, and the cleanup hitter is the designated hitter, Craig Maddox. Former Duck John Griffin bats fifth and plays first base. Jamar Walton in right field will hit sixth. Yusuke Kajimoto is the second baseman. He will bat seventh. Connor Bierfeld starts in left field and hits eighth. Rounding out the order is the shortstop, Michael Baca. They will all face Ducks right-hander Tyler Levine, who makes his 7th start, 22nd appearance of the year, and is 3-1 with a 4.58 ERA. Lost to the Bees in New Britain last Friday. Meanwhile, for the Ducks, managed by Kevin Baez, Jordan Hinshaw leads off in right field. Delta Cleary Jr., the center fielder, batting second. Lou Ford, the DH, hits third. Mark Krause in left field, cleanup hitter. Angelo Sanco bats fifth and plays first base. Elmer Reyes is the sixth hitter and second baseman. Giovanni Alfonso at third base, batting seventh. Audie Affner does the catching and hits eighth. Dan Lyons, the shortstop, rounds out the order and bats ninth. They will all face B's right-hander Kyle Simon at 9-11 with a 4.11 ERA. As Tyler Levine comes to the mound, James Skelton steps into the batter's box. I will toss the play-by-play duties off to the man in my right, David Weiss.
Thank you so much, Michael Pollock. On this 1st of September, the first pitch is low and away. It's 1-0 to Skelton. Waiting for Bob Atone. Come in, Bob Atone. Nothing yet for the official
he's a little
game
behind
plan.
schedule.
Yeah, we got to get that first pitch temperature too. Next pitch, strike 1-1. So we'll have to take a wild guess as to the starting time for the game, which I'm guessing is 6:35.
6:35 is what I have on my watch.
And I think the temperature is, feels like 65, but I know it's a little warmer than that. 1-1 pitch to Skelton on the way is ripped right back up the box over the head of starter Tyler Levine. To center field, Delta Cleary Jr. gets it back in, and James Skelton is aboard.
Tonight's ball game is 68 degrees.
68.
I was going to get 67, so.
And well, I said 65. I wasn't far off.
No.
So Skelton, who came into the game at 265, that batting average will go up a few notches. And Michael Krause coming up, the center fielder for the New Britain Bees. Skelton with 16 steals, been caught stealing 5 times, and yes, he is fast, not only for a catcher, but fast overall, and he is the table setter. You don't normally find a leadoff batter, a table setter, somebody who's thought of as a speedster, as your catcher, but that is James Skelton taking his lead off first base, being held on by Angelo Sonko. 0-1 pitch on the way to Krause is in there for a strike. It's 0-2. Krause on the season at 265. 16 homers, has knocked in 59. Righty-righty matchup here. Levine on the mound. Pitching from the stretch, of course. Comes over the top with his delivery. And the pitch, curveball just missing the outside corner. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to Michael Krause, who can be struck out. He leads the league in being struck out with 134. Next pitch on the way, just a little low and away. And the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. One of the dangerous New Britain Bees batters waiting on deck, and that is Jovan Rosa. Skelton staying put for at least the moment at first base. He's got a medium-sized lead. 2-2 pitch on the way. There's a ground ball toward the hole, and he eludes the dive of Giovanni Alfonso. Going to second base and holding there is James Skelton. Michael Krause with a base hit to left. So the first 2 batters producing 2 singles here in the top of the first inning, and the New Britain Bees have something going here right out of the box.
Well, Tyler Levine does have the tendency to give up a bunch of hits. 61 hits total this year in 51 innings coming into the night. And last time out, 7 hits in 6 innings of work against New Britain. 8 hits over 5 innings his previous start before that. So that is a tendency for Levine. The key is getting those important outs, getting the Bees to roll over one on the ground when they do have runners on base. Now let's see if Levine can find a way to get out a dangerous hitter here in Rosa.
Jovan Rosa at the plate, takes a strike, outside corner. 0-1, Rosa on the season at 308. 15 homers, has knocked in 64 runs. Rosa 6th in hitting in the Atlantic League, having an outstanding season. Among the league leaders in a number of offensive categories. Wide open stance from the right side. 0-1 pitch on the way, blocked nicely by Audie Affener behind home plate. Defensively for the Ducks, Giovanni Alfonso at third, Dan Lyons the shortstop, Elmer Reyes at second, Angelo Sonko at first base. Left to right in the outfield, Mark Krause in left, Delta Cleary Jr. center. Right fielders Jordan Hinshaw, the aforementioned Affener behind the plate, and Tyler Levine on the mound. James Skelton leading off second base, Michael Krause off first. Back-to-back singles to open up this top of the first inning, and another pitch in the dirt, another block by Affener. And it's 2 balls and a strike to Jovan Rosa.
Well, Tyler Levine is in this role because of Rafael Perez's injury. This would have normally been Perez's start, but he is out with a toe injury, was put on the disabled list earlier this week. So Tyler Levine has had to fill some rotation spots of late.
2-1 pitch on the way. There's a swing and a miss. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Rosa. So here as we enter the month of September, yes, some pitching concerns for the Long Island Ducks, but still a couple of weeks to get things in order for the postseason, which everyone expects the Ducks to make, unless there is a collapse of historic proportions. 2-1, 2-2 pitch is just up high. Big looping breaking ball. Just a little high, and the count now full at 3-2.
Let's see what Stan Clyburn does here. You've got two guys with speed on, nobody out, a righty hitter at the plate, and Audie Affner doing the catching. Let's see if they test Affner's arm and send both runners with a 3-2 count.
I think you can expect them to take off. Levine takes a look at the runners. They do not. And the pitch just a little low. Looked like it had the outside portion of the plate, but downstairs, and Jovan Rosa is aboard, and they are loaded up. Back-to-back singles here in this top of the first, followed by a full count walk to Jovan Rosa. First walk given up, obviously, by Tyler Levine. So Skelton moves over to third, Kraus to second base, Rosa at first, and the cleanup man, Craig Maddox, at the plate with the New Britain Bees, looking to do some damage here early on. Top of the first, just underway. Bethpage Ballpark, Ducks and New Britain Bees. Pitch to Maddox, batting for the left side, is low, 1 ball and no strikes. So Tyler Levine's going to have to make like Houdini to get out of this particular jam at the top of the first. And yes, we've got those thunder sticks just below us, as you can hear. Pass the Advil.
You'll hear them all game long, especially if the Ducks start getting going offensively.
Love those thunder sticks. You know, I prefer the Quackers, but I'll take either one. They're noisy. 1-0 pitch. Hit it a long way. Right center field. Douglas Cleary Jr. is looking back, looking up, and goodbye. A grand slam for Craig Maddox, the DH for the New Britain Bees, stinging the Long Island Ducks in the top of the first. It's 4-0 Bees.
Well, this is pretty much the start that Kevin Byes of the Ducks were not hoping for from Tyler Levine, but the right-hander having trouble here in the early going, falling behind in the count, and there falls behind 1-0 on Maddox, and Levine, who does not have a blazing fastball, trying to get one over the plate for a strike. And Craig Maddox is just too good of a hitter and is able to pummel one over the wall in right center, and the Ducks, who have dropped 2 in a row, now find themselves in an early 4-0 hole.
For Maddox, his 8th home run of the season. He now has 65 RBIs, came into the game at 258, and the former Long Island Duck first baseman John Griffin is at the plate. Griffin at 265, 9 homers, 49 RBIs. 4-0 Bees. 2 singles, a walk, and a grand slam from Craig Maddox. So starter Tyler Levine has yet to register an out, and the Ducks already in a 4-0 hole. The good news, it's extremely early. As in top of the first. Pitch to Griffin, a foul straight back. And it's 2 balls and a strike to Griffin, the number 5 man in the order for New Britain.
Yes, you're right. It is very early in the game, but Levine still has yet to record it out, and the Ducks need length out of him. They have no starters scheduled yet for Sunday, TBA to this point, and they're going to need length out of Levine tonight.
And a 2-1 pitch is in there for a strike. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to John Griffin.
That's what happens when you lose 2 starters. You kind of have to plug and play, and Levine is one of those guys that has put into the starting role. He's done a pretty decent job, but having trouble here in the early going.
Overhand fastball hit in the air, and this should be the first out registered by Levine. And right fielder Jordan Hinshaw makes the catch, and we have out number 1 here in the top of inning number 1.
And I have no doubt as you get to this point of the season, late in the year, you tend to see teams all around the Atlantic League do this, and that has signed some extra players from outside organizations. Bruce Kern, who has been a part of the Ducks for the last couple of years, was just signed, and I'm sure will slide into the starting rotation when he is ready to go. But you'll probably see teams around the Atlantic League start to pick up guys from around other leagues in professional baseball, leagues like the American Association, Can-Am League. No official word on if that's going to happen and whom or when, but I'm sure you will likely see that around the league at some point.
Absolutely. As those other leagues have shorter seasons, their seasons end, as you mentioned. Ducks may pick up additional players along with many other teams in the Atlantic League. Hit out of play by Jamar Walton down the left field line. It is now 0-2 to Walton. Enters the game at 285, 11 homers, has knocked in 45. The bases are clear. There's 1 out. Already 4 runs in here at the top of the first. A grand slam from Craig Maddox doing the damage to this point here in the top of inning number 1 against the Ducks and Tyler Levine. Next pitch on the way. Number foul, right side. Still 0-2 to Walton. Yusuke Kajimoto, the second baseman for New Britain, is waiting on deck.
Now, some key contributors to this Ducks team and in Ducks history are those guys. John Brownell was one, Bobby Blevins was one, Matt Larkins, who very well could start one of the first couple games in the postseason, another. So very often you see those guys.
0-2 pitch, inside corner, just missing. I think Tyler Levine and catcher Odioffiner wanted that one. Tom Gandolfo, the home plate umpire, calling balls and strikes. Silvio Martinez at first base. Freddie DeJesus at third for the men in blue. There's a ground ball knocked down by Angelo Sonko. The flip over to Tyler Levine in time. Nice play by Sonko. Made like a hockey goalie there. It was a bad hop, but he's able to block it, reach down, pick it up, and flip it over to Levine. So that put out goes 3-1, and there are 2 down.
Yeah, you're exactly right, David. When you got a lefty hitter at the plate, Kevin Baez often will put his first baseman right along that first base line. It's a good thing Sonko was there. So smash up the line by Walton, but he did well. Sonko to use his body and knock it down, stayed with it. Levine did a very good job getting over there to first base. So a big second out, and Levine trying to retire 3 straight since the Grand Slam.
And there's a base hit right field off the bat of Yusuke Kajimoto. The second baseman for New Britain, registering the 3rd hit in this top of the first inning for the Bees. He's aboard with 2 down. Kajimoto came into the game at 267, couple of homers, knocked in 20. He has 7 steals on the season, caught stealing 5 times. We'll see if skipper Stan Clyburn wants to put Kajimoto in motion with 2 down. Brings up Connor Bierfeld, left fielder, 8th man in the order. 8th man to bat in this top of the first. Bierfeld at 230. He is the leader of the New Britain Bees in the home run department with 18, knocked in 51, batting from the right side. Kajimoto taking a fairly big lead. Pitch, big cut, and Bierfeld fouls it back. No balls and a strike.
This is a Bees team that, again, I say this to this day, I'm so surprised to see their overall record and where they're at with the type of guys they have that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. Guys like Rosa and Krause and Griffin and Bierfeld, the pitchers that they have to be in this position, it's kind of shocking.
Next pitch is fouled off, and the count now 0-2. The one thing the Bees do more than any other team in the Atlantic League is strike out. They are the only team in the Atlantic League that has struck out collectively more than 1,000 times. So they can squash a lot of their own rallies by striking out in big spots. But overall, yep, I agree with you, Mike. You look up and down this roster and you say, how are they so far under 500? 0-2 pitch on the way to Bierfeld. A call, strike 3. That is the first strikeout of the game for Tyler Levine, but damage done here in the top of the first for New Britain. 4 runs, 3 hits, a walk, a grand slam. There was a man left. At the end of a half inning of play here at Bethpage Ballpark, it's New Britain 4, the Ducks coming up.
Hey fans, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark. Off to the the bottom of the first we go. The Ducks in an early 4-0 hole. And a reminder that every walk by Ducks batter this season is brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are over 15 City MD locations across Long Island, offering the comprehensive quality care you need the moment that you need it. City MD Urgent Care. Need a doctor? Just walk in.
So for the Long Island Ducks here in the bottom of inning number 1, already trailing 4-0. You'll have Jordan Hinshaw, Delta Cleary Jr., and Lou Ford to face Kyle Simon, the right-hander for New Britain, who enters with a record of 9 up and 11 down, an ERA of 4.11. Kind of slings it sidearm from the right side, and he gets a strike on Hinshaw. It's 0-1. Hinshaw 368 as a Duck, no homers, 3 RBIs since coming aboard, playing in his 11th game as a Long Island Duck. He's already had a terrific positive impact. It's 0-2 as Hinshaw takes a big cut and a miss. Something Michael and I talked about this past Tuesday night when we last worked together, that Hinshaw, unlike many leadoff hitters and guys his size, does not have kind of a slapping type of swing. He takes a full swing, and he takes a full swing there and launches a base hit, drops it in front of right fielder Jamar Walton. So Hinshaw, who has been very hot, is aboard again. He was 2 for 4 last night with 3 runs scored in the Ducks' 8-5 loss to the Revolution right here, and Hinshaw just keeps on hitting.
And how about Hinshaw? He was acquired in a trade on August the 22nd, and less than 2 weeks in, he's going to face his former team twice, but Hinshaw had some good success against the Bees his first time facing his former team, 5 for 14 against them.
So Hinshaw, always a threat to steal as well, although he has not attempted one as a Long Island Duck. He's at first. Delta Cleary Jr. takes the ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Ducks trying to cut into that 4-0 lead early here against the New Britain Bees. As Delta takes outside again, it's 2 balls, no strikes. Delta at 274, 3 homers, 42 RBIs. Delta always a threat when he gets on the base paths. Simon's pitch, outside corner, a strike. 2-1 to Delta Cleary Jr., the center fielder here tonight for the Long Island Ducks. Switch hitter, of course.
He has been red hot of late to get that average up almost to 275. And earlier this year, for most of the season, it was down in the low 200s.
And he golfs one center field, and it falls in front of Michael Krause, center fielder, as Jordan Hinshaw had to hold up to see if that ball could get caught. But literally, Delta Cleary Jr. doing what I did yesterday over at Islands End Golf Country Club in Greenport, a 9-iron, and stroking it very nicely with some spin to center field.
Yeah, that was a tough play for Michael Krause. It was hit so hard, and with that backspin, as you mentioned, that it was a tough decision that Krause had to make a split second. Do I go after and try and make the catch and risk it getting by me? We've already seen one inside the park home run from Cleary Jr. on this homestand, or do you let it drop for a base hit? And I think up 4, probably the right decision to let it drop in front of him.
So here's Lou Ford, DH here tonight. He takes a hard slider strike outside corner, 0-1. With 1 swing of the bat right here with 2 on, the Ducks can erase most of this 4-0 deficit. Pitch to Ford, good swing, late, sends it a long way foul down the right field line. It is 0-2, Lou Ford at 291, 8 homers, 29 RBIs. We might mention collectively the Ducks are sitting at 99 home runs, 1 short of the Chappies home run challenge, so whoever hits it out tonight, it will be a special home run. And the Quackajack Foundation will benefit. Next pitch on the way, Ford again, hitting it a long way, but foul down the right field side. And it's 0-2 to Lou.
Well, the Ducks beat Kyle Simon the last time they faced him, giving him his 11th loss of the year. That was on Saturday in New Britain. He threw a complete game, all 9 innings, 3 runs, 7 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts, but the Ducks defeat the Bees 3-0.
0-2 pitch to Lou Ford on the way. Again hits it out of play to the right side. So at this point, Kyle Simon, being as stubborn as Lou Ford, is being pesky at the plate. 1 fastball after another, riding in on his hands, and Lou spoiling one after another, just sending it into the stands to the right. Lou back in there, slightly closed stance. Righty-righty matchup. 0-2 pitch, and again that side-winding delivery from Simon, but way outside, and blocked nicely by James Skelton. Here's the defense for New Britain. Jovan Rosa at third, Michael Baca at short, Yusuke Kajimoto at second, John Griffin, the former Duck, at first, From left to right in the outfield, Connor Bierfeld, Michael Kraus, Jamar Walton, James Skelton behind the plate. And Ford lifts one, right field. Coming in is Jamar Walton, makes the run on the grab, or makes the grab on the run. And the throw in does not get Jordan Hinshaw, who scrambles back to second base. But that one had a chance of falling in. Walton, though, with his speed, being able to get it, and that's the first out, registered by the New Britain Bees at the bottom of the first. Runners remain in first and second.
Yeah, Ford trying to bloop that one in. He kept getting jammed pitch after pitch by Kyle Simon and tried to find the open real estate in shallow right center, that somewhat Bermuda triangle there, but Walton, who was playing in tight with a righty hitter at the plate anyway, was able to get in, make that catch. So a big first out for Simon, and now the dangerous Mark Kraus to the plate.
Kraus hit his 20th home run of the season last night, now tied for the team lead, and he takes a strike with a fastball, 0-1. Kraus average up to 291, leads the Ducks in RBIs with 81. In fact, he is second in the league in the RBI department. Simon's pitch, and there's a ground ball taken by first baseman John Griffin. A throw to second for one, back to first in time. What a double play turned by the New Britain Bees. 3-6-3. It was a hot smash off the bat of Mark Kraus. John Griffin bobbled it, but was able to regain it. Hit so hard that he still had time to throw it across to Michael Baca at short, and then the return throw to Griffin to erase the Long Island Ducks and to snuff out their potential rally. For the Ducks, back-to-back singles to start the inning. But with the double play, only one man left and no runs produced at the end of one at Bethpage Ballpark. It's the Bees 4, the Ducks nothing.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit pseglyny.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nickalock Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
To the second inning we go. The Ducks trailing 4-0 to the New Britain Bees. Time for tonight's health report, which is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, but 2 Ducks were placed on the disabled list with injuries this week. Rafael Perez, who was scheduled to start tonight, but because he's on the DL, Tyler Levine goes, and Alfredo Simon the other.
Michael Baca at the plate, swinging at the first pitch from Tyler Levine, grounds it to short. Lions across the diamond to Angelo Sonko. 1 pitch, 1 down here in the top of the second. That's
certainly what Levine needs after that rocky first inning, in which he threw a total of 30 pitches. But he gets the first out on 1 pitch. And Simon, as we mentioned, out. He is dealing with a finger injury. So those 2 placed on the disabled list. David Artsma continuing to recover from an injury himself. He has an arm injury as he tries to recover from that. 2 Bs are out on the disabled list. 1 being catcher Ivan Villa-Escusa. So only 1 healthy catcher listed on the roster. That's James Skelton. And right-hander Mike Lee is also out with an injury for New Britain.
The aforementioned James Skelton at the plate now, batting from the left side against the righty Levine, who misses outside. It's 1 ball, no strike. Skelton with a single up the middle for the Bees in their very productive top of the first inning. That was followed by another single, a walk, and then a grand slam. And that's where we are now, 4-0. Top of inning number 2 as Levine nips the outside corner on a nippy night. It's 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 down. Again, the Ducks trailing 4-0, but it is very early. Top of inning 2. 1-1 pitch on the way. The overhand fastball is low. 2-1 to James Skelton. Where did this summer go?
Cannot believe it's already September. It is amazing how quickly these seasons fly by.
And if you're on the roads today, Getaway Friday before Labor Day was packed everywhere. 2-1 pitch on the way is low and inside. Now 3-1. But if you were smart, you said to yourself, all right, I'm going to take a trip, but I'm going to delay the trip till Saturday morning and catch the Duck game Friday night. Or even better, make it a staycation, stay home all weekend, and catch 3 more games after this one. And that includes Bark in the Park Part 2, Monday afternoon. I just checked in with my wife, and I think we may attend with our Shih Tzu Bichon mix, Barkley.
Nice. That'll be exciting for him to be out here.
Full count. And the pitch to Skelton is inside. So James Skelton is aboard for the second time. This by way of a free pass. Second walk issued by Tyler Levine. So 1 out and 1 on. Michael Krause coming to the plate.
Well, Skelton's a tough hitter to face. He's only hitting .265 this year, but he is so good at drawing walks, better than anybody in the Atlantic League this year with 84 of them. The next closest, Josh Prince of Sugar Land, with 72. And he can't leave it over the plate either, as he's got 13 home runs this year.
And Michael Krause, who swings nearly out of his shoes at the first off-speed pitch from Tyler Levine and misses it. No balls and a strike. Krause doesn't get cheated on his cuts, and we mentioned his last at bat, he leads the league in strikeouts. Came into the game with 134 of them in 116 games played. Krause has walked 42 times as well, but he is the prototypical free swinger. 0-1 pitch, curveball, hits the front corner, and it's 0-2 to Michael Krause. Krause singled his first time up. Again, that top of the first, back-to-back singles, Skelton and Krause, a walk to Rosa, and a grand slam off the bat of Craig Maddox. 0-2 pitch on the way, call strike 3 outside corner. Krause, in disbelief at home plate, still standing there, turns around. He is now showing home plate umpire Tom Gandolfo where he thinks that pitch was. He clearly thought it was low, but Krause has struck out. 2 strikeouts now for Levine. 2 down with 1 on, brings up Jovan Rosa.
Well, in the early going, there seems to be a growing trend of both sides. Not sure about the strike calls from Tom Gandolfo, the home plate umpire. Kevin Baez, I know, was upset when Tyler Levine didn't get one in the first inning, and a couple Ducks were upset when they were at the plate and strikes were called in the bottom of the first.
Now Rosa, who was issued a walk his first time up, takes outside. It's 1-0. Batting from the right side against the right-hander Tyler Levine. 1-0 pitch, inside corner strike. Good fastball from Tyler. 1 ball and 1 strike from the East Meadow native. Comes set. Skelton takes short lead at first base. And the 1-1 blocked nicely by Affiner, as that was low and outside, and in the dirt it's 2-1 to Rosa.
Rosa continuing to be a model of durability. Played in all 140 games last year for the Bees. He's played in all 122 again this season, and continuing that streak, the Iron Man streak in the Atlantic League. And Rosa's been battling different injuries throughout the course of his time, back, arm, neck, but he still finds a way to play every day.
Next pitch on the way, fouled out of play right side. Good fastball in on the hands of Rosa. Count 2-2 with 2 down, 1 on. Top of the second inning, the Bees with an early 4-0 lead. All 4 runs coming in the top of the first. Jovan Rosa, by the way, leads the league in hits with 143 and is second in the league in total bases with 227. He is productive and a terrific number 3 hitter in the order as he singles to right field. Going to second base is Skelton. He will hold there. Rosa, again with a fastball that was riding in on his hands. An inside-out, almost Derek Jeterian swing, if you will. And Rosa with another hit, number 144 on the season. As we said, leading the league. And they're now 2 on with 2 down. And the Bees once again breaking out the stingers and buzzing around.
And that's the problem with Levine. 2 strikes have not been kind to him in this game. Got to 2 strikes on both Krause and Rosa in the first inning. Krause singled, Rosa walked, and then Maddox hit that grand slam. Got to 2 strikes on Skelton in this inning, and then Rosa. And Skelton got on with a walk, Rosa with a single. So Levine has got to be better with 2 strikes and getting that 3rd strike or at least a final out.
0-1 the count to Maddox. He hit that grand slam back in the first inning. Maddox now with 8 homers on the season and 65 RBIs. Wide open stance from the left side, and he strokes one right center field. Delta Cleary Jr. coming on. It falls in front of him. Being waved in is James Skelton. He will make it. The throw to third is not in time. So Jovan Rosa makes it all the way around to third base. Craig Maddox has yet another RBI. He's driven on all 5 runs thus far. We're only in the top of the second. It is 5-0 Bees.
Again, the 2-out troubles for Levine and the Ducks. Levine had some troubles with 2 outs his last time up. He had given up a run on a ground out in the first inning, but gave up a 2-out, 2-run single in the 5th, a 2-out RBI double in the 6th. And here, back-to-back singles with 2 outs in the inning in the second. The Bees continuing to pad their early lead and make life difficult for Long Island.
Here's John Griffin at the plate from the right side. He flied to right his first time up. Swings, fouls one off. It's 0-1 to Griffin. So to recap this inning, Michael Baca, on the first pitch he saw, grounded out to short. James Skelton walked. Michael Krause struck out, so you had 1 runner on, 2 out. But Jovan Rosa with a single to right, and Craig Maddox with a blooping single to right. Foul straight back by Griffin. It's now 0-2. So Maddox with the grand slam in the first inning, an RBI single to right in the second inning, and his evening is far from finished. He's just getting started. Duck fans banging those thunder sticks. Pitch to Griffin. He hits it a long way. Right field. Jordan Hinshaw's looking back. He's at the wall. He climbs the wall. He can't get it. It's gone. Former Duck John Griffin goes yard. A home run for Griffin. And the Bees padding their lead and now lead it 8-0 on the 3-run blast by Griffin.
Well, Tyler Levine clearly does not have his best stuff tonight, and his 2-out troubles continuing, and not much Kevin Byas can do about it. He cannot afford to go to his bullpen in the second inning of this game, but Tyler Levine getting hit all around the ballpark by the top part of this order, and John Griffin, who burned the Ducks on Sunday of last week with a grand slam that helped the Bees win the game and erase a 4-0 deficit. Hits another against his former team, and now Walton with a base hit.
Walton with a bloop single over the head to second baseman Elmer Reyes, and he's trying to take 2. The throw, the slide. They've got him at second base. So Walton with a single to right, but trying to stretch it, is thrown out by right fielder Jordan Hinshaw. And that retires the side. However, more damage done against the Long Island Ducks and their starter, Tyler Levine. In the inning, 3 runs, 4 hits, a walk, the big blast, a 3-run homer by former Duck John Griffin. And nobody left at the end of an inning and a half. It's New Britain 8, the Ducks nothing.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr. and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, Long Island Duck baseball. Ducks against the New Britain Bees. The Bees have an early 8-0 lead. Bottom of inning number 2. And the Ducks' Angelo Sanko, number 5 man in the order, is at the plate. 1 ball and no strikes to Angelo. Sanko on the season to 257, tied for the team lead in home runs with 20, and has knocked in 67. He has been on something of a home run drought, though, the last several weeks, as Mark Krause has now caught him for the team lead in homers. Krause with his 20th home run last night. 1-1 pitch to Sanko. Big cut. Angelo always with home run cuts. Fouls it at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Angelo. It'll be Sanko, Elmer Reyes, and Giovanni Alfonso to face New Britain starter Kyle Simon here, who's been staked to an 8-0 lead by the Bees. Sanko from the left side, the 1-2 pitch. Fouls it. Long way, but out of play, left side, 1-2.
You talk about killing momentum. The Bees had a 4-0 lead on that grand slam in the first. The Ducks get the first 2 on in the bottom of the inning. A chance to cut into that deficit. They miss out with their 3 and 4 hitters at the plate, and the Bees respond with 4 2-out runs in the second.
Next pitch, again fouled over everything to the left side. And the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. That could be a foreshadow of things to come. However, as we keep mentioning, it's early. So what we're looking at tonight could be an historic Duck comeback. That's what it will take, obviously, if they want to turn an L into a W. And there's a call, strike 3. Angelo Sanko is retired. First strikeout by Kyle Simon, 1 down.
Yeah, no question. The Ducks can't go into the mentality throughout the rest of this game like this one is lost. They have to find a way to bounce back. Tyler Levine, first and foremost, has to find a way to settle down and get his pitch count lowered and find a way to get some quick innings. But the offense can't just roll over quietly. They have to find a way to get back against Kyle Simon.
And a pitch to Elmer Reyes. Nips the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1 to Elmer. He's a .295, 5 homers, has knocked in 51. He scored 38 runs, playing in his 111th game of the season at second base tonight. And the 0-1, fastball in there again. It's no balls and 2 strikes. And I'll tell you this, it is not exactly an appetizing thought to face Kyle Simon as a right-handed batter. He wings it, coming from downstairs, sidearm. Very tough to pick up the release point. Simon went into his windup and then stopped. Something went wrong there, so he'll just go back and reset. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Reyes.
Yeah, I think Thomas called at home plate there as he was starting his delivery.
Now he delivers the 0-2, and it's wide. 1 ball and no strikes to Elmer Reyes. Last time I was sitting in this booth, I got to call a waddle-off home run. Elmer Reyes against the York Revolution this past Tuesday night, a 5-4 victory for the Long Island Ducks, a game in which the Ducks led 3-0 at one point. Let that slip away, but bottom of the 7th in the first of a twin bill 7-inning contest, Elmer Reyes smacking it over the wall, left field, and then mobbed when he came back home. What a great moment for Elmer, who on the season again, not your prototypical home run hitter, just his 5th homer of the season. Full count, Elmer fouls it. Looked like off the top of one of his feet. He does wear the protective guard on his left shin. And from what I can see, there's a flap there for the top of his left foot. I believe he fouled it, however, off his right foot.
It definitely seems to be shaken up there, and Dottie Pitchford, the trainer, going to come out and check on him. But it does look like he's pointing down to his left foot. I don't know where exactly it caught him. Might have been, as you mentioned, in that one area where it does not protect, maybe right on the toe. But certainly seems to be in a bit of pain as he stands outside the batter's circle. Kevin Baez going to come check on him too. Reyes has been hitting the ball so well of late too, has hit safely in 9 straight games, hitting .406 in that span, and has reached base safely in 13 straight, hitting .362 in that stretch. So he is not a bat the Ducks can afford to lose at this point.
Reyes walking it off. Well, you give credit to anybody who plays Major League Baseball, minor league baseball, sports on a professional level. They're able to walk it off. I think normally, at least speaking for myself, I'd probably be in traction right now after fouling it off the top of my foot. Count is now full to Elmer Reyes. Quickly into the windup. Kyle Simon's pitch, again foul left side. One down, nobody on. Bottom of the second. Ducks, to put it mildly, have some work to do.
That's for sure. They definitely do. And again, they don't need all 8 runs in one inning, but you want to start chipping away and try and cut into this deficit quickly.
Next pitch is outside and low. So Elmer Reyes works his way aboard as the first walk issued to a Long Island Duck tonight. Brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are over 15 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor? Just walk in. So the Ducks need base runners. They need to string together some hits. As Michael said, you can't hit an 8-run homer, but it would be nice to put a crooked number up on the scoreboard and start the comeback. Most importantly, you can't afford to give the Bees any more rope.
Yep, it's all just about trying to get some momentum back in your favor.
And there's Giovanni Alfonso with a base hit to center field. Jogging to second base and holding there is Elmer Reyes. So Alfonso greeting Kyle Simon, very first pitch, rips it into center for a base hit. So for the second consecutive inning here tonight, the Ducks get 2 men aboard. Reyes at second, Fonzie at first. Ducks catcher Audie Offener at the plate.
So again, a situation where the Ducks put a couple guys on. They have a situation where they could go and put runs up on the scoreboard, but they can't afford to miss out like they did in the first inning tonight, like they did several times last night. They've got to find a way to come through with those clutch hits.
Pitch to Offener is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Looking at Kyle Simon's numbers here, 144 and a third innings pitched coming into this start. Has given up 163 hits, 79 strikeouts, 35 walks, and a swing and a miss by Offener. Boy, big cut there. He was looking to make it 8-3 with 1 swing. So it's a ball and a strike with 1 down, 2 on. Bottom of the second. Ducks trailing 8-0, but again, for the second consecutive inning, put a couple of men on. They're threatening. Offener with a swing and a miss, and that was a good tailing fastball from Simon. When you have that sidearm delivery, fastballs are not flat. They're not the Aroldis Chapman type of flat fastball that is now being hit all over the place by Chapman. You got a fastball from Simon that may not be 100 miles an hour, but it moves. And an off-speed pitch just misses downstairs. Looked like Simon really wanted that one. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Offener.
That was close, trying to hit the corner on that pitch. Good eye by Offener to take it out of the zone. You've got to have a good eye at this point. You got runners on base.
2-2 pitch to Audie is outside. So the count now full with Reyes at second base, Fonzie at first, and Offener at the plate. Offener should get something to hit here. If not, the Ducks can load them up for Dan Lyons on deck. 3-2 pitch on the way, a swing and a miss. Offener went chasing one that was diving in on his hands, and he goes down on strikes swinging. Second strikeout for Kyle Simon. So it's going to take a clutch at bat from Dan Lyons to keep this inning going for the Ducks.
Kyle Simon again zipping that fastball, and he went with a slider, that breaking ball down and away on a couple pitches, getting Offener thinking about the speed of that slider and that off-speed pitch, and then the next thing you know, he zips a fastball over the inside corner, which comes in looking much harder than it actually is, and Offener frozen.
Pitch to Dan, hits the outside portion of the plate. Again, one of those fastballs that's constantly moving. 0-1 to Dan Lyons at 262 in the season. 7 homers, has knocked in 35. 9th in the order for the Ducks. 0-1 pitch on the way. There's a ground ball hit weakly. Shortstop taken by Michael Baca. Overhand throw to first just in time to get Dan Lyons, and the side is retired. Second inning in a row. The Ducks put 2 men on with less than 2 out and have nothing to show for it. In the inning, no runs, a hit. No errors, 2 left at the end of 2 innings of play at Bethpage Ballpark. It's the Bees 8, the Ducks nothing.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Angelo Sanco, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed Up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, Vance, New York Sports Day is one of the largest independent New York sports news sources out there for coverage of the Long Island Ducks, the Mets, and the Yankees. Major and minor league baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and soccer. Visit www.nysportsday.com. New York Sports Day, your independent Gotham sports news source.
David Weiss, Michael Pollack, Bethpage Ballpark, first day of September. It's a nippy night temperature. First pitch, 68, falling from there. A lot of people wearing some sweaters, sweatshirts, some light jackets. Can you believe it? First day of September, the weather has changed already that much. But it feels nice. Great night for baseball. It's 0-1 to Yusuke Kajimoto at the plate. Here in the top of inning number 3, the Ducks already in an 8-0 hole. 4 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second for New Britain. Here's a ground ball to second baseman El Moraes. Bobbles for a minute, throws to first, dropped by Sonko, and Kajimoto is aboard.
Not quite sure what happened there, if that was Reyes on the throw or Sonko, but it looked like that ball hit Sonko square in the glove and he just missed it.
So I would think that would go down as an E3, but there was trouble on both ends of that play. So Yusuke Kajimoto is aboard on that weak ground ball hit to second baseman El Moraes, who again bobbled it, was able to get it, and then toss it to Sonko, who just had it bounce in and out of his mitt. Connor Bierfeld now up, the 8th man in the order, who struck out his first time up, batting from the right side. New Britain already up 8-0 and have the leadoff man aboard. And Kyle Simon, with all these runs to work with for New Britain, Tidal Levine's job not to allow any more to the Bees. He's already given up 8 runs, 8 hits. Overhand fastball hits the outside corner for a strike. 1-1 to Bierfeld.
Yeah, when Levine is having kind of trouble like this, when you get a routine ball like that that should easily be an out, you can't afford to miss it. And they're on both ends. Reyes initial bobble, and then Sonko with the miss at first. And it gives the Bees a free base runner.
Bierfeld hits one a long way left field, but it's into the mitt of Mark Krause. Not enough air under it, although Bierfeld hit it well. So on that line drive to left, there is 1 down. Kajimoto retreats to first base. 8 runs, 8 hits for the New Britain Bees. Here in the top of the 3rd, Long Island Ducks with no runs, 3 hits, and that 1 error committed just moments ago, and Kajimoto at first base, the recipient of that error.
And now back-to-back games. In these past 2, the Ducks have committed 5 errors combined in the 3rd inning. They had 4 errors in the 2nd inning, in the 3rd inning yesterday. 1 by Reyes on a ground ball up the middle. That was not an easy play, I would say, but it was a ball that he probably should have gotten on the backhand and missed it. Alex Berg had a throw that went into center field. Delta Cleary Jr. bobbled the ball once it got to him. John Brownell threw to first, a kind of hard luck error where he made a good throw to first, but nobody covered the bag, and so he gets the unfortunate error. It was a sloppy inning in the 3rd inning last night, and that cost the Ducks as they gave up 7 and lost 8-5.
At the plate is Michael Baca, bounced to short his first time up. It's 0-1 to Baca with 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the 3rd. Baca, the 9th man in the order. Batting from the right side, the 0-1 pitch on the way, and this one is looped right field. Actually, it's fairly deep. Jordan Hinshaw goes back and makes the catch on the run. Nice catch by Hinshaw, using his speed, putting that mitt way up in the air, and snagging that one off the bat of Michael Baca. Very good running catch, and there are 2 down.
I thought off the bat that was ticketed for the gap, but Hinshaw was able to use his good speed and made it look a lot easier than I think it really was. So a good running catch made, and now let's see what Levine can do. We saw what happened with 2 outs last inning, 4 straight hits, 3 singles, and the home run. Now let's see if he can find a way to get an out quickly here against a guy who's been on base twice against him already.
That's James Skelton, leadoff man and catcher for the New Britain Bees. It takes a strike on the inside portion of the plate. 0-1. Skelton singled right back up the box to center field his first time up, would eventually come around to score on a grand slam home run from Craig Maddox, supplying the first 4 runs for New Britain. He's also walked and has scored again. So James Skelton in this game has already scored 2 runs, and we're just in the top of the 3rd. Count is 0-2 to Skelton. Levine trying to finish Skelton and the Bees off here in the top of the 3rd. Next pitch skips away from Odiafana, the catcher, but no advance by Kajimoto at first base. The Ducks won 21 of their first 28 games in the month of August. Their last 2 losses to York came by the scores of 8-2 and 8-5, and have given up another 8 spot here tonight. So in the last 3 games, the Ducks have not looked like the team they were for most of the month of August. Skelton takes his lead, or rather at the plate, and takes a called 3rd strike. So Tyler Levine is able to do something for the first time tonight. That's retire the New Britain Bees without the Bees scoring any runs. That strikeout, the 3rd of the evening for Tyler Levine. Skelton is gone. No runs, no hits, an error, a man left at the end of 2.5 here at Bethpage Ballpark. It remains New Britain 8, Long Island nothing.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Matt Larkins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolat patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Well, when Tyler Levine struck out James Skelton in the top of the 3rd inning, that was the 15th out of tonight's game. Did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com.
Long Island Ducks, New Britain Bees, bottom of inning number 3. Ducks trailing 8-0. 4 runs scored by the New Britain Bees in each of the first 2 innings. Tyler Levine was able to retire the Bees without any further damage done in the top of the 3rd. And now for the Long Island Ducks here in the bottom of inning number 3. It's back to the top of the order, and Jordan Hinshaw, who singled his first time up. A single the other way to right field as he takes a strike. It's 0-1 to Hinshaw. The Ducks have 3 hits thus far, but no runs to show for it. In each of the first 2 innings, they were able to get 2 men on, but again, could not get a hit to produce any runs. Ducks need to start chipping away here. We do have a ways to go, but the Ducks have quite a hill to climb. 0-1 pitch to Hinshaw, in under his hands, inside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Hinshaw had a very long conversation with Tom Gandolfo in between pitches after that first strike.
Next pitch, off the mitt of Jovan Rosa and into left field. That will go down as a hit, and the second hit for Jordan Hinshaw. 1 to right field, and right there, a smash to left that Jovan Rosa tried to snare Greg Nettles style, but off his mitt, nearly took the mitt into left field. So Hinshaw is aboard with a leadoff single, and maybe the start of something good here for the Ducks.
Another two-hit game for Jordan Hinshaw, who had 2 hits and 3 runs scored last night. Continues to hurt his former team. Hard hit baseball, good effort by Rosa, but that's a tough play to make.
Delta Cleary Jr. at the plate. Ground ball could be 2. Taken by the shortstop Baca. Over to second for 1. Back to first. Double play. Baca to Kajimoto to John Griffin. 6-4-3. So no sooner did we say the Ducks might start something from here with a leadoff single. On the very next pitch, Delta Cleary Jr. hit it fairly hard, but Michael Baca to our right, to his left. An easy scoop to Kajimoto and then on to first. And there are quickly 2 down, nobody on.
I'm just not sure why you swing so early in the count there. The leadoff guy gets on, work the count a little bit, try and make Simon throw some more pitches. But it doesn't happen, and Cleary Jr. quickly grounds into the double play, and just like that, another rally is put to the kibosh.
Here's Lou Ford at the plate. Takes a swing, foul at the plate. Quickly 0-2 to Lou, who flied out to right. His first time out. Lou Ford now at age 41, defying that number of age. Found the fountain of youth some time ago. Still as productive as ever. And 0-2, high and tight. And a check swing by Lou. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ford, who has lived locally for a while now. And the next pitch is hit in the air to medium right center field. Now backing up is Jamar Walton and makes the catch. Looks like Walton had trouble picking that ball up off the bat initially, but able to catch it. And that will retire the side for the Long Island Ducks. A leadoff single erased on a double play. No runs ahead, nobody left at the end of 3 complete at Bethpage Ballpark. It's New Britain 8, the Ducks nothing.
Hey fans, this is infielder Elmer Reyes, and you're listening to Duck Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
We head to the 4th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Bees out to an early 8-0 lead over the Long Island Ducks. And as we head to the 4th inning, it is time for tonight's 4th inning trivia question, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. The question is going to revolve around Bees starter Kyle Simon and how it relates to Long Island Ducks history, and we'll get you that here as we begin play in inning number 4.
Michael Krause leading off, the second man in the order for the New Britain Bees, who has singled. He has also scored. He was aboard when Craig Maddox, a couple of batters later, hit a grand slam back in the first innings. Also struck out, 1 for 2. Pitch to Krause, hit a long way left field, but twisting foul. That had home run distance. Boy, off the party deck, off the canopy, and gone. But foul, 0-1 to Krause.
So Kyle Simon, the right-hander for the Bees, who we know goes deep into games, does a lot of complete games through the first shutout ever in Bees history, June 22nd last year when he threw a complete game shutout against the Somerset Patriots at New Britain Stadium.
A 1 pitch, hit in the air, fairly deep right center field. Delta Cleary Jr. is moving over, and it falls between Delta Cleary Jr. and Jordan Hinshaw. I'm not sure if both fielders lost track of where the ball was or if there was confusion as to who to get it. Looked like it was catchable, fell, rolled to the wall. It will go down as a triple for Michael Krause. based on the misplay in the outfield.
I'll tell you what, I actually think it went a lot deeper than either of those two were, and what Stan Clyburn is going to come out and argue here is that he felt it was a home run. He thought it hit off the wall above the yellow line, as it did hit off the wall and come back into play, and I think that's what Stan Clyburn wants to say, is that it hit above that yellow line and came back into play, and therefore should be a solo home run. And so now Silvio Martinez Jr., who was the one who initially ruled it a double, we'll have the other two umpires, Fred DeJesus at third, and the home plate umpire, Tom Gandolfo, come in for the discussion and try and determine whether or not either of the other two saw that ball go out. I'm not sure how they could see it better than Silvio, who is out closest to it, but they will all have the discussion here, and either way, Kraus will either have a triple or a home run to begin. Cleary Jr. couldn't see it, but it did go much deeper than either of the two outfielders were.
Well, it's dusk right now. The lights are on. Not easy to pick it up. And they are going to call it a triple, and Michael Kraus will stay at third base. But truthfully, off the bat, I couldn't see it either. I'm taking a look at Delta Cleary Jr., Jordan Hinshaw converging on it, and then both came up short. And the ball, as you mentioned, did hit the wall. So at third base is Michael Kraus. Jovan Rosa is coming up. He has walked, he has singled. 1 for 2, has already scored 2 runs of the 8 on the board for New Britain. And the pitch to Rosa misses. 1 ball and no strikes. Kraus at third. A leadoff triple as New Britain looks for run number 9. It's going to take some work from Tyler Levine to prevent that. 1-0 pitch on the way. A late swing and a miss by Rosa. It's 1-1.
That's the 7th triple of the year for Kraus. The league lead, 1 more than Lancaster's Sean Halton. And yes, I know I still have the trivia question to get to. We'll get to that in a moment. But I had to note that Kraus now the league leader in 3 base hits.
1-1 pitch on the way. Outside corner missing. Down low, 2-1.
So we mentioned Kyle Simon, first ever shutout in Bees history. Who was the first Ducks pitcher to ever throw a complete game shutout?
Wow, good question. Got to go way back for that.
So we'll let you think about it. We'll give you the answer in the bottom of the 4th inning.
2-1 pitch on the way is hit in the air. Looks playable. Sonko couldn't find it initially. Now running over and makes the catch. And takes a look at the runner, Kraus, who faked coming down the line just to draw a throw. It is that time of night when anything hit in the air is tough to pick up. So I will retract what I said about Delta Cleary Jr. and Jordan Hinshaw misplaying a fly ball that no one was able to see. And on that last play right there, you can see Sonko had no idea. He held out his hands, helpless for a moment, and then picked it up, ran into foul territory, and made the catch.
Yeah, the difficulties are twofold. It's kind of that in-between daylight and darkness, almost that dusk where the sky is that kind of deep blue color.
Right.
And it's very tough to pick up the ball right off the bat. We'll tell you the other part after.
All right, here's Greg Maddux. Maddux hit a grand slam in the first inning, an RBI single in the second. So here we are in the top of the 4th. Maddux is already 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored and has driven in 5 of the 8 runs for New Britain. It is 1 ball and no strikes to Maddux. John Griffin is waiting on deck. He had a 3-run homer his last time up. Pitch to Maddux downstairs, blocked by Affiner. And that was a run-saving block right there. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Maddux.
The other part is these brand new LED lights that are here at Bethpage Ballpark. We saw earlier in the year some guys have trouble with the ball in the air getting adjusted to the other lights that typically had been in place. So it was an adjustment, and sometimes still when you get to this time of night, it is a little bit difficult to see those balls go up in the air.
Absolutely. A dark blue sky, and the ball just seems to disappear when it's hit high enough. Next pitch is ripped by Maddux. Right field, going back and looking at it, climbing the wall is Delta Cleary Jr., and he can't get it. It is another home run for Craig Maddux. What a night he's having. A 2-run homer for Maddux, mashing it over the right field wall. 2 more RBIs for Maddux. He is now driven in 7, and it's 10-0. Bees.
Incredible night thus far for Maddux, a player coach here for the Bees who has had a tough season this year compared to what he did last year, but he is feasting on Tyler Levine tonight, and Levine has not had an answer. 3 hits, 7 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. Without question, has dominated this ball game to this point.
John Griffin, the former Long Island Duck at the plate, he is 1 for 2 his last time up. Hit a long home run, a 3-run homer in the second inning. So 4 runs in the first inning for New Britain, 4 in the second, 2 more here in the fourth. It is 10-0. Next pitch to Griffin. No balls and 2 strikes. Griffin now with 10 homers on the season, 52 RBIs. John, who patrolled first base for the Long Island Ducks when he was here, stands straight up and down at the plate, then launches into the ball. Plenty of power. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to Griffin.
Again, Tyler Levine at this point has to wear it tonight. I know it's very tough to leave him in a game like this, but clearly doesn't have his best stuff, and the Ducks are going to need length tomorrow out of Matt Larkins. But right now, with the Ducks trailing 10-0 and Levine having thrown 75 pitches, Kevin Baez cannot go to his bullpen this early in the game. He simply can't do it.
Nope. You'd use the term sacrificial lamb, but tonight he's a sacrificial duck. Just going to have to gut it out, see how long they can leave him in. 1-2 pitch downstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes to John Griffin. It's a question of losing the battle to try to win the war, to think longer term, and the Ducks already with pitching concerns and being a bit shorthanded, mixing and matching, getting guys out of the bullpen to start, as we're seeing here tonight. You do what you can. 2-2 pitch, ground ball, left side, taken on a short hop by Alfonso. The long throw across is true, and Griffin is retired, 2 down.
Good strong throw over there by Giovanni Alfonso, third. First time he's seen a ball hit his way in this game. You look at what the top of the order has done for the Bees. Skelton, Krause, Rosa, Maddox, and Griffin. Those 3 combined in this game have all but 2 of the Bees' hits. That's 8 of their hits and a total of 13 at-bats. And they have just completely pummeled Tyler Levine. Bottom of the order really hasn't given him too much trouble, but it's the top half that's really been tough for him.
Jamar Walton at the plate. He bounced to first his first time up and singled to right back in the second. He is 1 for 2. Nobody on, 2 out, 2 runs in here in the top of the fourth. A 2-run homer by Greg Maddox. 3 home runs in the game by the Bees. A grand slam, a 3-run homer, and a 2-run homer. Which means the New Britain Bees are just a solo homer away from the home run cycle.
That's right. Ducks have done that once before. I remember that vividly.
That doesn't sound like a thunderstick. That sounds like something else. 1-1 pitch is inside. 2 balls and a strike, but the Duck faithful still here, still confident, enjoying a beautiful evening. First day of September, where the temperatures went from the 70s to the 60s and could drop to the 50s or even farther than that later tonight and overnight. Boy, it feels like fall. 2-1 pitch on the way. Hit left field, playable. And the answer is no, into the left field corner and foul. Alfonso and Mark Krause, third baseman and left fielder respectively, converging on it but not able to catch up. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. And nobody on. The New Britain Bees with a 10-0 lead. And the numbers, a little lopsided against the Long Island Ducks. They have now given up a total of 26 runs in their last 2 games plus. So let's say 2.5 games to this point. 26 runs surrendered. 2-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball foul right side. And count remains 2-2.
Yeah, there's no question the pitching hasn't been good. Yesterday was really just one bad inning where the pitching was part of the problem, but it was mainly the defense. Tonight it's been the pitching that has been the issue, as Levine really has struggled on the mound. 2 days before that, again, the Ducks had to go bullpen by committee in that one. So 2 of these 3 games, they're not going with their normal starters, and that's been part of the issue.
And the pitch just a little low and outside from Tyler Levine, and Walton has worked the count full at 3-2. Second baseman Yusuke Kajimoto is waiting on deck. 10 runs, 10 hits for New Britain. No runs, 4 hits for the Long Island Ducks. We are in the top of the fourth. Payoff pitch to Walton, fouled over our heads to the left. And Karam's right back below us. And there's a lucky souvenir. I was watching Real Sports with Brian Gumbel. The most recent edition had this guy, I forgot his name, but he's the champion of collecting foul balls, always positioning himself in the right spot. This guy is obsessed with collecting fouls. He has more than, 9,800, almost 10,000 foul balls in his collection. Ripped right field, Jamar Walton, all the way back to the wall, and it clears the wall. Another home run, a solo shot for Jamar Walton, and the New Britain Bees have hit for the home run cycle tonight. They have a grand slam, a 3-run shot, a 2-run homer, and Jamar Walton with his 12th home run of the season, a solo blast here in the 4th, the second homer of the inning. It is now 11-0 Bees.
We'll get our first visit to the mound here from Billy Horn. Surprised we haven't seen him yet to this point, just to try and settle Levine down and maybe see if there's anything that he could say to try and help him out. But Levine certainly has just been leaving too many pitches out over the plate for Levine. He does not have very strong fastball velocity, so he's got to be able to mix his pitches, live on the corners, get swings and misses, but he's leaving too many out over the plate, and it's been like batting practice for the Bees. 11 runs, 11 hits, 4 home runs, and it's been a tough night for Tyler Levine. But again, Levine knows the situation for the Ducks. The Ducks know the situation with their pitching staff. They have no choice but to keep him out there, and it's got to be tough for the rest of his teammates out in the field to sit here and watch the Bees tee off on him. But again, as you mentioned, it's about looking past this game too if the Ducks do not come back, which they still have plenty of time to do.
Here's a ground ball, right side, taken on a sharp hop by Angelo Sanko, unassisted, retiring Yusuke Kajimoto. Mercifully, the side is retired. You got to feel for Tyler Levine, but he's out there and has given up 11 earned runs overall. New Britain in the top of the 4th with 3 more runs, 3 hits, a triple and 2 home runs along the way. Nobody left at the end, up 3.5 at Bethpage Ballpark. It is now 11-0 Bees over the Ducks.
Hey fans, this is infielder Giovanni Alfonso, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Bethpage Ballpark is a great place to watch a ball game, so why not do so from some of the best seats in the house? The Ducks are proud to present the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden. Open for all fans on nights when the Smokin' Owl's party deck has not been reserved, the Beer Garden will feature a variety of frosty draft and bottled brews, as well as several food choices. The area has been decked out with bar rail seating and Ducks branded furniture to provide a comfortable atmosphere for everyone. Be sure to stop by and check out the brand new Long Island Ducks Beer Garden on your next visit to the ballpark. To the bottom of the 4th we go. It's an 11-0 lead for the New Britain Bees. Time for the answer to tonight's 4th inning trivia question, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. We gave you the question in the top half. Kyle Simon last year in June threw the first shutout, in New Britain Bees history against the Somerset Patriots. We wanted to know who the first Duck was to do that for Long Island. First Duck to throw a shutout.
This is probably wrong, but I'm going to go with Rod Henderson and his no-hitter.
It is wrong, but it's not tremendously wrong, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
First pitch is taken low for ball 1. The correct answer, and if I have the pronunciation wrong, my apologies, Robert Theodile.
Yes.
Theodile, that's
Theodile.
it.
Theodile.
May 24th of 2000 against Lehigh Valley, a 2-0 win. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 2. Rod Henderson, though,
Yes.
1 year and 1 day later threw his no-hitter, the only no-hitter in Ducks history. So it's not that far off.
All right, so I was
Good
pretty
guess.
close. All right, I was 1 year off. But yes, I think it's Theodile, and he had the first complete game shutout in Long Island Ducks history. How about that? I like the fact that I was wrong, but not tremendously wrong.
That's right.
My wife has never said to me, "You weren't tremendously wrong, but you're wrong." She's never said that. I would take that. Mark Krause at the plate, by the way, and it's 3 balls and a strike to Krause, who hit into a 3-6-3 double play his first time up back in inning number 1. The Ducks trailing 11-0. Next pitch, swing and a miss by Krause. Big hack, count full. Krause now with a team-tied 20 home runs, tied with Angelo Sanko for the team lead. Second in the league with 81 RBIs as he swings, foul tips it back into the mitt of New Britain catcher James Skelton. So Krause is retired, swinging strikeout, third strikeout for Kyle Simon, 1 down.
First baseman number 26.
I think most people, if you ask them that question and then knew something about Ducks history, they probably would have guessed Rod Henderson.
Yep.
I think that's who I would have guessed if I had to guess first. The only thing was that he threw it in 2001. You'd have to think one Ducks pitcher probably threw a shutout in 2000.
However, complete games are so rare these
Yes.
days. So a shutout, yes, a combined shutout, let's say, starter and a couple of relievers. But a complete game shutout is very rare.
Very true.
Angelo Sunko with a home run hack and fouls it at the plate. No balls and a strike. That always fascinated me about Bert Blyleven, who the Minnesota Twins pitcher, who went on to play for other teams as well. Very few people considered him a Hall of Fame pitcher, but Blyleven had 50 complete game shutouts in his career during a time when a complete game was not as rare as it is now, but 50 complete game shutouts. Sanko hits it a mile high in the air. Let's see if this will be trouble. Infielder Yusuke Kajimoto goes back and makes the catch on the outfield grass without much of a problem. And there are 2 down.
Yeah, I think the sky now has gotten dark enough where the ball's not as difficult to see. You're right, Bert Blyleven certainly has a case. It's tough because a lot of times they'll look at those trademark numbers, the strikeouts, the wins, and things like that, if you've won World Series or not, and so that sometimes ends up hurting you, but 50 complete games is quite impressive.
Complete game shutouts. Incredible. Elmer Reyes walked his first time up. 2 outs, nobody on. Ducks trailing 11-zip to the New Britain Bees as Reyes takes all the way. 2 balls and no strikes. Giovanni Alfonso waiting on deck. Ducks have 4 hits. We're in the bottom of the 4th, but have yet to push anything across. And a fastball catches the outside portion of the plate. It's 2 balls and a strike to Elmer. 5 home runs on the season. His 5th came in Waddle-off fashion this past Tuesday night. That bounces off the pitching rubber way into the air. What a carom, and Reyes with an infield single. He is aboard with the Ducks' 5th hit of the evening.
Second night in a row, he's got an infield single back to the mound. Last night, he caught Victor Mateo on the glove with a line drive for an RBI infield single. This time, as I think you mentioned, it hit the mound and not the foot of Simon and popped straight up. But Reyes extends the hitting streak to 10 consecutive games with the infield single. The Ducks have a runner at first base with 2 down as they again try and get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight.
So here's Giovanni Alfonso. Fonzie singled his first time up, and he sends one in the air right field this time. Jamar Walton was playing shallow, and no problems at all as he makes the catch. And the side is retired, and Elmer Reyes left stranded at first base. No runs, a hit, a man left. At the end of 4 complete at Bethpage Ballpark, it's New Britain 11, Long Island nothing.
Hey fans, this is infielder Mark Krause, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball, the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit pseglyny.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owl's party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, it's a chilly night here tonight, so no better way to warm up than with a hot cup of Hampton Coffee Company. Gourmet coffee, regular and decaf. Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or check out their cafes in the Hamptons. We go to the 5th inning. The Ducks in an 11-0 hole. And Tyler Levine, who did not have his stuff tonight, got hit all around the ballpark, is done. And into the ball game is going to be left-hander Jose Velez, who takes over for Levine after just 4 innings. The Ducks are going to need to get at least 5 innings out of their bullpen tonight to get through the 9th inning of this game. And that certainly, when you look forward to tomorrow, means that Matt Larkins, who has pitched like an ace at times this year, is going to need to give them some serious length on the mound.
Before we tell you about Velez, I don't know if there's anyone in this ballpark who has a heart who doesn't feel for Tyler Levine. Pressed into a starting role, a sacrificial Duck, kept out there because the Ducks short-staffed when it comes to pitching. And Levine, with 4 innings pitched, 11 hits, 11 runs, all earned, struck out 3, walked 2. Tyler Levine gave it the best he had tonight, but it was not to be. Jose Velez enters the game. Velez making just his 2nd appearance as a Long Island Duck. And he'll be facing the number 8 man in the order for the New Britain Bees, Connor Bierfeld, who is 0 for 2. He is struck out and lined out. Velez pitching from the stretch, and there's a big home run swing and a miss by Bierfeld, and it's 0-1. It's Bierfeld, Michael Baca, number 9 man of the order, then back to the top, and the dangerous James Skelton to face Jose Velez here in the top of the 5th, with New Britain leading 11-zip. 0-1 pitch on the way. Outside corner strike. Good pitch. Bierfeld checked this swing, but it did catch the black. And it's 0-2 to Bierfeld.
Second time Velez pitching in a Ducks uniform after Long Island signed him earlier on in this homestand. The lefty, who originally from Queens, now resides in Tampa, pitching in his 2nd game with Long Island.
0-2 pitch on the way. Good curveball. Fanning at it is Bierfeld, and he goes down for the Long Island Ducks pitching staff, which includes Tyler Levine. That is the 4th strikeout overall. First, obviously, for Velez, who just ended the game. So 1 up and 1 down, and it brings up Michael Baca at the bottom of the order. He is bounced to short, and he flied out to right. A fine running catch by Jordan Hinshaw that came back in the 3rd. Baca is 0 for 2. And pitch on the way is fouled hard back to the netting. A big swing, no balls and a strike. Dan Lyons playing Baca in the hole. And the outfield shading Baca, hitting from the right side, around to right field. Playing him to hit the other way. 0-2 pitch on the way, and again it's fouled. Out of play to the right, no balls and 2 strikes to Baca. Coming into this game, the New Britain Bees with a second half record of 22 up and 30 down, trailing the Ducks by 9 games in the Liberty Division. The Bees at the bottom of the division. But this is a 4-game series, and if the Bees were to make a move, they would have to be thinking sweep. And they're well on their way to a Game 1 victory in this 4-game series, but again, it's not quite over yet. Swing and a miss. Michael Baca go down swinging, so what a nice start for Jose Velez, getting 2 swinging strikeouts to begin his appearance here tonight.
Well, Levine ends up going 4 innings for the Ducks tonight, 11 hits, 11 runs, all earned. The 11 runs and earned runs all a season high by a Ducks pitcher, as were the 4 home runs that he allowed.
And the pitch, a check swing, and that is a called strike to James Skelton. It's 0-1.
2 walks for Levine, 3 strikeouts. 86 pitches on the night, 58 of them for strikes in just 4 innings of work.
Skelton tonight has singled, walked, and struck out. He has scored 2 runs. And that came in the first 2 innings, in which the Bees scored 4 runs in each of those innings. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Skelton, as Velez is threatening to make very quick work of the New Britain Bees here in the top of the 5th. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Skelton deep in the box. Velez with a long look in to his battery mate, Audie Affiner. The 0-2 is off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. To the catcher for the New Britain Bees, James Skelton, who leads the league in on-base percentage coming into this game with an on-base percentage of .408. Anything over 400 is excellent in terms of an on-base percentage. And Skelton, as a catcher, who also runs well, he's the man at the top of the order, and a good one for the Bees. Velez coming set. And the 1-2 just inside, a little low. And the count now evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 down, nobody on. Top of the 5th here at Bethpage Ballpark, the first of 4 games, taking you through the entire Labor Day weekend, Ducks and Bees. Another one tomorrow night, then Sunday afternoon, and a Labor Day afternoon game that will be Bark in the Park, the sequel. Bring the doggy and have a great Labor Day with the Ducks. 2-2 pitch on the way, broken bat, flared out to right field. It'll end up in the stands. The bat ended up near the Ducks dugout. That thing split in half. In fact, Skelton is holding the barrel of the bat, and there's not much left of it. That thing just got sawed off.
It was almost like it split into a third. The bottom third of it kept in the hand of James Skelton. About the top 2/3 of it or so went over towards the Ducks dugout. So not much that Skelton could do there. A good pitch by Velez coming inside. Broke the bat right near the handle, right above it. And again, Velez battling here with Skelton, but trying to strike out the side in the 5th inning in his 2nd game with Long Island.
Velez with good stuff. You can see that from the get-go. He comes set. Affiner setting up outside. The 2-2, check swing, back to the netting. Skelton wanted to pull the trigger. Couldn't do it, but fouled it off. So count remains at 2-2 with 2 down.
And Velez, has terrific velocity on his fastball. We've got a preview of that when he pitched in game 2 of the doubleheader here on Wednesday night. We're seeing it again. Certainly a much bigger difference seeing Velez's fastball compared to Levine's.
2-2 pitch, just a little high and inside. So the count works full at 3-2. You know, we mentioned all the other games taking you through the Labor Day weekend. That includes another fireworks night tomorrow night, and you know that crowd is going to be tremendous. But still room for you if you're thinking about coming. Fireworks following the game tomorrow night here at Bethpage Ballpark. Payoff pitch, and another broken bat that goes flying. Taken by first baseman Sonko. Flips over to Velez covering, and that will do it. So how about that? Couple of broken bats in the inning. A ground out to end it in the inning for the New Britain Bees. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 broken bats, nobody left at the end of 4.5. We go to the bottom of the 5th at Bethpage Ballpark. Score remains New Britain 11, Long Island nothing.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Tyler Wilson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Hey Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. And best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Radisson Hotel, Hauppauge, Long Island, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 631-231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegLINY.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Well, we're going to head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Ducks trailing 11-0, but Jose Velez comes out of the bullpen in his first inning as a relief pitcher tonight, and second inning as a Duck. He retires the Bees in order, 1-2-3, which means it's another PSEG Long Island energy-efficient inning. With energy efficiency programs from PSEG Long Island, saving on your electric bill is also as easy as 1-2-3. Visit PSEGLINY.com/save money. Just one more way, PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
So it's going to be numbers 8, 9, and then back to the top of the order for the Long Island Ducks against New Britain starter Kyle Simon, who has thus far shut out the Ducks. Going to the bottom of the 5th, he's given up 5 hits, but no runs. And it's Audie Affiner, Dan Lyons, and back to the top, and Jordan Hinshaw to face Simon here in the 5th. And the first pitch to Affiner is in there for a strike, 0-1. Again, that slingshot delivery by Simon. given the right-handed Long Island Duck hitters fits here tonight. Affiner struck out his previous at-bat, strokes one to left field, and that falls in front of Connor Bierfeld, the left fielder, Audie Affiner. Hitting the second pitch into left for a leadoff single. And let's see, that is the third inning of 5 tonight in which the Ducks have gotten the leadoff man aboard.
That's right, they've had at least one hit in every inning, but still no runs up on that scoreboard, and they're continuing to pick up where they left off last night, in which the Ducks left 9 on base. They had multiple opportunities to cut into the 7-2 deficit and then eventually the 8-4 deficit, and managed just single runs in 3 different innings, nothing further. And again, for the Ducks tonight, still plenty of time to come back, but they've got to get a crooked number on that scoreboard.
And Dan Lyons at the plate, takes a strike, 0-1. Lyons bounced to short, his first time up. Lyons came into the game at 262, 7 homers, 35 RBIs. Righty-righty matchup, pitch, outside and low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Lyons. The Ducks still sitting on 99 home runs. So if nothing else tonight, if they can't climb that big mountain in an 11-0 hole, maybe they can hit home run number 100 along the way. Instead, a ground ball to short, taken by Baca, over to Kachimoto for 1, back to first. They get Lyons for the double play. 6-4-3. Once again, the Ducks are snuffed out on a double play, the 3rd twin killing they have hit into tonight.
Now, the Ducks are certainly shooting themselves in the foot, but you have to give credit where credit is due, and Kyle Simon, even though he's given up the total of 6 hits, he's been making the key pitches with runners on base that he needs to. It was the same thing for the Revolution pitching staff last night. You had to credit them for making those key pitches. The Ducks offense just not able to get those good swings that they want when they have runners on base.
And back to the top of the order, and former New Britain B and now Long Island Duck, Jordan Hinshaw, who is 2 for 2 tonight, continuing his hot hitting. Couple of singles, 1 to right, 1 to left. He takes outsides, 1 ball and 1 strike to Hinshaw. Jordan Hinshaw, now living in California, in Long Beach, California. That's right along the coast. His first season with the Ducks after being with the Bees, acquired back on August 22nd in exchange for future consideration. 2-1 pitch on the way is wide. It's 3 balls and a strike to Hinshaw. Spent the previous 3 seasons for the Pacific Association with the Vallejo Admirals and Pittsburgh Diamonds. He was the Pacific Association Rookie of the Year in 2014, hit .339 with a dozen home runs. He's got power. 3-1 pitch underneath the hands of Hinshaw, and he works out a walk. That's only the 2nd walk given up by starter Kyle Simon, and that's another Duck walk brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are over 15 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor? Just walk in.
Hinshaw on for the 3rd time tonight. He continues to be an on-base machine for the Long Island Ducks. Good to see him continually getting aboard. Now the Ducks just need the rest of the lineup to follow suit.
Delta Cleary Jr. 1 for 2 tonight. He singled, and this time strokes it to center field, and it falls in. Michael Krause takes it on a hop. Hinshaw comes to a stop at second base. So once again, as the Ducks have done previously, they have put 2 men on, this time with 2 out. And Lou Ford coming up with a chance to do a little damage. Although the Ducks will need much more of that. However, you got to start somewhere. Here's Lou.
Yeah, you can't hit a 11-run home run right here. The most you can get is 4 on 1 swing of the bat. But the Ducks, again, they don't necessarily need a home run right here. They need to just continue moving the line, continue getting guys on. Tyler Levine got burned with 2 outs a couple times in this game, especially back in that 4-run 2nd inning. Let's see if the Ducks can inflict damage with 2 outs here.
Ford taking a strike outside corner, 0-1. In Ford's last at-bat, he kept fouling off pitches out of play to the right side with those sweeping fastballs from Kyle Simon, and then flew out. He's flown out to right twice. This time he hits it to short, and it's taken by Michael Baca over to Kachimoto for the force at second base, and that will do it. In the inning, once again, the Ducks threaten but can't push a run across. No runs, couple of hits, a walk. And there was 1 man left at the end of 5 completed Bethpage Ballpark. The score remains the New Britain Bees 11, the Ducks nothing.
Hey fans, this is catcher Alex Berg, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, And he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, Duck fans, you can follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try to meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. It's an annual challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation, helping so many people every single day of the year. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is their family tradition. And checking the Ducks' home run total, they are sitting on 99. So it's a fairly safe bet the Ducks will meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. They need only one home run from this point to the end of the season. The Ducks have played 54 games. They have 16 games left in the second half of the 2017 season, so you can bank on it. The Ducks will reach the challenge, but they're at 99 right now. So for the New Britain Bees, they come up in the top of inning number 6. You've got Michael Krause, Jovan Rosa, Greg Maddox. Maddox has had an unbelievable night tonight. We'll get to that. Krause has singled. He has tripled, a strikeout in between. He hits it out of play to the right side. No balls and a strike to Krause, who came into this game leading the league in strikeouts with 134. He has now struck out 135 times, but he's also done some damage tonight. Single and run scored in the first, and a triple that neither Delta Cleary Jr. nor Jordan Hinshaw really could see in the dark blue sky back in the 4th inning. It was very nearly a home run, and there was some argument to that effect by skipper Stan Clyburn, who argued that it went over the yellow line and came back into the field of play. Actually, if it hits the yellow line, it's a home run.
Yeah, I think so, but it was tough to see, and the closest guy who can have a chance at it is Silvio Martinez Jr., the first base umpire, to see it, and he could not tell.
So it went down as a triple. Well, would come in to score anyway a couple of batters later. 0-2 pitch, slap foul, out of play, right side. The New Britain Bees have hit 4 home runs in this game. It is what we call the home run cycle. They have a grand slam, a 3-run homer, a 2-run homer, and a solo homer. That covers it. And 11 runs in all. It has been some night for the Bees pollinating the base paths. 0-2 pitch on the way to Krause. Off-speed pitch, just missing outside from reliever Jose Velez, who struck out 2 of the first 3 men he faced back in the 5th inning. And now 1-2 count on Krause. And Velez settling things down for the Ducks here. Tyler Levine giving up 11 earned runs in his outing here tonight. The Ducks short-staffed in the pitching department. Just had to keep him in there. And a swing and a miss. Another strikeout swinging for Jose Velez, his 3rd strikeout and 6th overall for Ducks pitching, 1 down.
Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, get you caught up in action around the Atlantic League and see what teams chasing the Ducks are doing. First, we'll head to Bridgeport, Connecticut. York Revolution are there taking on the Bridgeport Bluefish. Bottom of the 4th inning, Revolution have a 2-1 lead over the Bluefish. Frank Gailey on the mound tonight for York. Rainey Lara going for Bridgeport. The Revolution have thus far picked up RBIs from Michael Burgess and Telvin Nash. Bluefish have 2 hits and an RBI from Luis Hernandez.
Foul down the right field line off the bat of Jovan Rosa. It's 0-1. Rosa tonight has walked, singled, and fouled out. He has scored twice.
The Bluefish coming into the day 7 games in back of the Ducks in the Liberty Division standings, with the Ducks and the Bluefish each have 16 games to go after tonight 15.
0-1 the count to Rosa. And Velez comes to the plate, swinging a miss, pulling the string a bit, 0-2.
Good breaking ball there from Velez. Way out in front of it was Rosa. Meanwhile, in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, the Patriots visiting the Barnstormers. That game is scoreless. Bottom of the 5th inning, teams have combined for 11 hits, but no runs on either side.
And the 0-2 to Rosa, outside, 1-2.
Jerome Williams started for the Patriots. He went just 2 innings. Patrick Johnson has since come on for 3 scoreless innings of relief. Rami Lewis, meanwhile, starting for the Barnstormers in that one.
1-2 to count to Jovan Rosa. Jose Velez with some good stuff tonight. 1-2. Big breaking ball, swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Jose Velez, who's putting on a show here since coming in the 5th inning. Another strikeout. He has struck out 4 of the 5 men he's faced. His 4th strikeout, 2 down.
And before we get to the rest of the out-of-town score, what I have to say, if you get a guy like Jose Velez and another lefty out of the bullpen to go along with Contra Kreider, who is dominant when he's on, but to have a guy like Velez who can get a lot of swings and misses and mix a hard fastball with a nasty breaking ball, that really could be a big lift and a big help to the Ducks throughout the rest of this season and potentially in the postseason.
Greg Maddox at the plate. He's done a little bit of everything here tonight. 1 ball and no strikes. Maddox, a grand slam in the 1st inning, an RBI single in the 2nd, a 2-run homer in the 4th. He has driven in 7 runs. He has scored 3 runs. He is 3 for 3. What more can Maddox do?
Ducks are hoping nothing.
Well, it's a lefty-lefty matchup here. Velez may find it a lot tougher against Velez than he did against Levine. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Craig Maddox, and Velez doing his best to retire this guy for the first time tonight.
Skeeters Blue Crabs just underway down in Sugar Land, Texas at Constellation Field. Great to see them resuming action down in Sugar Land. Brett Marshall on the mound for the Skeeters, Drew Hayes for the Blue Crabs.
1-1 the count to Maddox. Velez coming set. Pitch is high and tight. 2-1.
Did speak to a couple staff members of the Skeeters this week who said the ballpark really held up pretty well aside from little minor damage things here and there. For the most part, everything stayed intact, and the community really has rallied around the Skeeters. They're hoping for great attendance from the community. They've lowered ticket prices. They have made parking free this weekend, and hoping for a big crowd to come out, or at least as big as it can be, with folks still reeling.
2-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. It's 2-2. And credit to the New Britain Bees, who hosted Sugar Land in a series that was supposed to be played down there. And in hosting them, no charge for tickets. They collected money, raised thousands for the effort. So a great job at New Britain and that entire organization in Connecticut.
And Atlantic League teams all are helping out. The Ducks specifically, all proceeds from their 50-50 raffle are going to be donated to Fort Bend County Disaster Relief.
Call strike 3, big looping breaking ball. Craig Maddox retired for the first time as Velez swats the Skeeters here in the top of inning number 6, striking out the side. 2 of the strikeouts swinging and 1 looking as Maddox takes a seat for the first time tonight. 5 strikeouts in the 6 batters Velez has faced. A highlight tonight for the Long Island Ducks in an otherwise frustrating evening. We go to the bottom of the 6th at Bethpage Ballpark. Score remains New Britain 11, the Ducks nothing.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Dennis O'Grady, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolette patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolak walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolak pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolak's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolak. Visit Nicolak.com.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Well, as we were saying a little bit earlier, just to expand upon it, all net proceeds from the 50-50 raffle drawings here at Bethpage Ballpark during the month of September are going to be going down to help the folks who are recovering from Hurricane Harvey down in the Houston area. The Ducks announcing today that all their proceeds from September home games will be donated to go and benefit the Fort Bend County disaster relief efforts via the Sugarland Skeeters Baseball Foundation.
Mark Krause at the plate for the Long Island Ducks, bottom of the sixth. Ducks trailing 11-0. Krause is into a double play and struck out 0 for 2. And missing just outside is the starter for the New Britain Bees, the recipient of all of this offensive outburst. Kyle Simon with an 11-0 lead and still in there. Next pitch is well outside and is now, I believe, 3 balls and a strike. Well, it could be 2-1. It is 2-1. There you go. So Krause at the plate, tied for the team lead with 20 home runs. And looked like he wanted to take a big swing there, but it ended up inside. Did check his swing. It's now 3-1. It's Krause, Angelo Sonko, Elmer Reyes facing Kyle Simon here. Bottom of the sixth at Bethpage Ballpark, the first of 4 against the New Britain Bees for Labor Day weekend. 3-1 pitch, inside and low, and Mark Krause is aboard. Once again, the Ducks get the leadoff man aboard. Let's see if they can do something with it this time.
Another walk brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are over 15 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor? Just walk in. So as we were saying, again, all the net proceeds from the 50-50 raffle will benefit the Fort Bend County disaster relief efforts via the Skeeters Baseball Foundation. Skeeters will match all donations of the 50-50 raffle up to $50,000, so be sure to visit the raffle table outside the Waddle Inn shop during every September Ducks home game. There are 3 more on this homestand and 3 next Friday through Sunday, and then potentially postseason games.
So it's Angelo Sonko at the plate. He has struck out and popped out 0 for 2. Krause at first base. Things look a little bleak here in the bottom of the sixth for the Ducks, but hey, you never know.
No, the Ducks have been getting guys on. They've had at least 1 runner on in every inning. It's just a matter of getting those guys to dent home plate.
Next pitch to Sonko's off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. So the Ducks now waiting Kyle Simon out a bit. Simon does have an 11-run lead to work with. And the Ducks will need more than just a few walks, but listen, you got to start somewhere. And the next pitch hits the outside corner for a strike. It's 2-1 to Sonko.
Finishing up the out-of-town scoreboard, Red Sox lead the Yankees 2-1 in the 4th inning at Yankee Stadium. RBI for Aaron Judge and a 2-run home run for Eduardo Nunez for the Red Sox, his 8th of the year. It is Doug Fister on the mound for Boston, Sonny Gray for the Yankees.
Next pitch misses. It's 3 balls and a strike to Angelo Sonko. So Kyle Simon, who has walked 3 men overall thus far, in danger of putting the first 2 men on again, as the Ducks did back in the 1st inning. But to this point, with all those base runners for the Ducks, they have not been able to push anything across. 3-1 pitch on the way, hits the outside corner for a strike. Sonko took a couple of strides toward first base and then quickly snapped his head around and said, "What?" But nope, home plate umpire Tom Gandolfo called it a strike. Sonko in disbelief, but heads back to the batter's box, and the count now full. Mark Krause not being held on. No surprise with an 11-run lead, and a drive down the right field line, just foul. Sonko out in front of an off-speed pitch from Simon, but maybe a foot or 2 foul down the right field line, so the count remains full.
Tough break there for Sonko, hit it hard just to the right of the chalk. And meanwhile at Red Bull Arena, big World Cup qualifier match for the United States men's national team, but they trail Costa Rica 1-0 in the 69th minute. Marcos Urania with the goal in the 30th minute for Costa Rica.
Well, certainly feels like soccer weather, doesn't it?
It definitely does.
Certainly the high schools will be into soccer mode soon enough when the new school year begins. Payoff pitch to Sunko is launched. Deep right field. Going back is Jamar Walton. He is looking up and
Sing a Sunko. Hit a homer that travels all night long, Co. Don't tell me that it's not far enough. That ball just left the park. So sing a Sunko.
Home run number 21 for Angelo Sunko. He leads the Ducks. Long Island on the board with their first 2 runs of the evening. And home run number 100 for the Long Island Ducks, meeting the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. $5,000 from Chappie's Funeral Homes to the Quackerjack Foundation. Sunko goes Lonko, 11-2 Bees.
Well, the Ducks are able to get on the scoreboard as who else but Angelo Sunko, the team leader in home runs, to hit number 100. The Ducks meet the century mark for the first time since 2014 when they hit 102 home runs.
As Elmer Reyes fouls it off the right field side. That's 0-2 to Elmer, who is 1 for 1 with a walk here tonight. Well, Sunko, who has been in something of a home run funk after hitting most of his 20 homers during the first half of the season, but he gets back on track, and that can only help the effort for the Long Island Ducks. It's 0-2 to Reyes. Next pitch inside, 1-2.
And so with the 100th home run of the season for the Ducks, they have met the Chappie's Home Run Challenge, which means Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation.
And there's a base hit left field for Elmer Reyes. A walk, a 2-run homer. Now Reyes with a base hit to left. Ducks making some noise. They've got the fans quacking, and the Thundersticks are being heard here in the stands. It is 11-2 New Britain. But suddenly it's not so easy for New Britain starter Kyle Simon.
The Ducks finally have gotten on the scoreboard, something they were looking to do all game long. They finally get it. That's Sunko's first home run, by the way, since August the 20th, when he had hit a 2-run home run in that ball game. So Sunko back in the home run department, and the Ducks on the scoreboard.
And here's Giovanni Alfonso at the plate. He is 1 for 2. He singled in the second inning, flied out to right in the fourth. 1 runner on, 2 runs in, bottom of the 6th, 11-2 Bees. Fonzie at the plate, still nobody out. And he hits a long one, deep left field. Going back is Bierfeld and makes the catch. That ball didn't carry nearly as far as I thought it did off the bat. Fonzie looked like it got a lot of it, but it just kind of sank. And Bierfeld makes the catch in left field. Reyes retreating to first base, 1 down.
And when you got a cooler night like it is tonight, sometimes that ball does not travel as well as you hope that it will. Good swing by Sunko. He was right on that pitch, just didn't get all of it to drive it over the fence. And a big first out for Simon after allowing the first 3 to get aboard.
So Fonzie retired on that fly out to left. Audie Affener with 1 down, 1 on. Takes a strike, it's 0-1. Affener struck out in the second, and a base hit in the 5th to left field. Slightly open stance from the right side. The 0-1, outside corner strike, and quickly 0-2. So the Ducks have roughed up Kyle Simon a bit. They've gotten plenty of men on here tonight, but they've hit into 3 double plays, have been unable to come up with a big hit until here in the 6th. Next pitch, fastball. You can hear the pop in the mitt from here in the booth. Catcher James Skelton framing that one, but called a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Leadoff walk to Mark Krause. 2-run homer to right from Angelo Sunko. Elmer Reyes with a single. Fonzie flied out. Affener at the plate. So he takes downstairs. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Simon and the pitch count going up in this inning as the Ducks are making him work. And Reyes being held on at first base. Spoiling an off-speed pitch is Affener, fouling it at the plate. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Ducks now with 9 hits on the evening, scoring their first 2 runs here in the 6th. 11 runs, 11 hits for the New Britain Bees. Affener stands in there. And the 2-2 on the way inside, and the count now full at 3-2. Duck fans still with hope. Quacking up a storm here at Bethpage Ballpark. Looking for more. And a swing and a miss. Affeder on a tailing fastball. And he goes down on strikes for the second time. Overall, that is strikeout number 4 for Kyle Simon.
Well, one thing the Ducks have done well tonight offensively has been working Kyle Simon. Again, they've had at least one runner on in every inning. They've had at least one hit in every inning. And have made Simon throw 98 pitches to this point, 64 for strikes. Who knows, but with a big lead like this, I can't imagine the Bees will send him out for another complete game.
So it's Dan Lyons, number 9 man in the order, at the plate right now. He is bounced out and hit into a double play, both times to the shortstop. 1-0 pitch outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Elmer Reyes still at first base, being held on by former Duck John Griffin. Ducks wouldn't mind scoring a few more here. They have put a crooked number up on the board. It'll take them a lot more than that, but they're trying to make it interesting here. And there's a hard slider from Simon, and a good one. Catching the outside corner, Dan Lyons not thrilled with that call from home plate umpire Tom Gandolfo, and they have a quick discussion about that. It's 2 balls and a strike to Lyons. Next pitch, ground ball again to shortstop, taken by Michael Baca over to Kajimoto at second. And for the 3rd consecutive at-bat, Dan Lyons hits a ground ball to short. In this case, it is a 6-4 force, and the side is retired. However, in the inning for the Long Island Ducks, 2 runs, 2 hits, the big blow, a 2-run homer. Homer number 21 on the season for Angelo Sanco, and for the Ducks, homer number 100 on the season. And nobody left. At the end of 6 complete, the score, New Britain 11, the Ducks 2.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Tyler Levine, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up. It's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss along with Michael Pollock. Long Island Ducks baseball, the Ducks and New Britain Bees. The Bees scoring 8 runs in the first 2 innings of this game, adding 3 more in the 4th, an 11-0 lead. Angelo Sanco with his team leading 21st home run of the season. In the bottom of the 6th, the Ducks' 100th home run of the season to meet the Chappies Home Run Challenge, and $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation because of that. It is now 11-2 as we go to the top of inning number 7. And the new pitcher for the Long Island Ducks is the big 6'6" right-hander from Athens, Georgia, Tyler Wilson. Comes in relief of Jose Velez, who pitched 2 very strong innings. In fact, I'm not sure how Velez could have done any better than he did. He faced 6 batters and struck out 5 of them. But Tyler Wilson is now in, right-hander for the Long Island Ducks. Wilson on the season, making his 18th appearance, all in relief, 17 in the 3rd innings pitched. He's given up 15 hits, 9 earned runs, struck out 18, walked 8, an ERA of 4.67, and a record of 2 up and 2 down. Tyler Wilson, all 6'6" of him. On the mound against the New Britain Bees, who will send up their 5th, 6th, and 7th men in their order. John Griffin, Jamar Walton, and Yusuke Kajimoto to face Wilson. This game was started by Tyler Levine. The Ducks short-handed in the starting pitching department. Levine normally out of the bullpen, coming out to make the start, and gave up 11 earned runs in 4 innings pitched, and that included 4 home runs. A grand slam, a 3-run homer, a 2-run homer, and a solo shot. We've said it before, we'll say it again. That equals the home run cycle. So here's John Griffin, who has one of those round trippers. A 3-run homer came in the second inning. It's also flied out and bounced out. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored and 3 driven in. First pitch from Wilson, a good fastball, and it's 0-1 to John Griffin. Former Long Island Duck. Florida native, still living in the Sunshine State, where I venture to say it's a bit warmer than it is here. Not that it's downright cold, but the nip in the air on this first night of September. 0-1 pitch, a big swing and a foul tip, either off of part of Audie Affiner, or maybe home plate umpire Tom Gandolfo goes skidding to the backstop, and it's quickly 0-2 to John Griffin. Game time temperature when we began, 68 degrees. It has certainly dropped since then. I'm not the only one wearing a light jacket right now. I have given in to Mother Nature. First time in months, I have put on a windbreaker. 0-2 pitch, big swing by Griffin, fouls it back, and it's 0-2.
I'm trying desperately to hold out.
Yeah,
I refuse to put the jacket on. I refuse to accept fall coming.
I agree. You're much more courageous than me. I got to chill, and I said, I got to put this thing on.
I don't blame you.
0-2 the count to Griffin. Pitch on the way from Wilson is hit. Left field and deep. Going back is Mark Krause. And it's what? It's caught. I couldn't see it in the nighttime sky, but Krause right at the wall on the warning track. John Griffin giving it a ride, making a bid for his second home run of the game, but comes up just a little short. Long fly out to deep left field, 1 down.
Fortunate for Wilson off the bat. It looked like a home run off the bat of John Griffin, who would have had his second of the night and second hit as well. But fortunately, with this chill in the air, kind of knocking down that home run ball, and ball caught on the wall, on the warning track, I should say, by Krause.
Here's Jamar Walton, who has a home run himself in this game. Swings and misses at a good fastball from Wilson. He's bounced to first, a single in the second inning, and a solo shot in the 4th inning. That was the 4th of the 4 home runs the Bees have hit tonight. Next pitch, ground ball, right side, taking on a couple of hops by Sonko. The flip to Tyler Wilson covering in time for the second out. So 2 up and 2 down for the New Britain Bees, and it brings up their second baseman, Yusuke Kajimoto.
Boy, I'll tell you what, there is a lot of action for Angelo Sonko over at first base tonight. Those ground balls right along the line, especially from the lefty hitters. But a good job by Wilson to get over there and cover, fielding his position well, and a good job by Sonko to stay with the tricky hop. Tyler Wilson pitching for the first time since Game 2 on Wednesday, when he threw 2 innings of relief, and he gave up a run on 2 hits and a walk, struck out 4, looked pretty good, and wasn't helped by his defense as Jordan Hinshaw had trouble with the ball in right that ended up falling in for a double and ended up leading to that run.
At the plate is Kajimoto, who is 1 for 3, a single in the first inning, reached on an error in the 3rd, and bounced to first in the 4th. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike to the second baseman of the New Britain Bees, Yusuke Kajimoto. Born in Osaka, Japan, and still resides there. Signed with New Britain after playing 3 seasons with the Barnstormers here in the Atlantic League. 2 balls and a strike to Kajimoto. Batting from the left side. And with the way he holds the bat and the way he slaps at the ball, his countryman Ichiro Suzuki does come to mind. I mean, there are a lot of similarities, and when you think about what a legend Ichiro is in Japan, it would figure that more than a few youngsters would grow up imitating his style, his stance, his way of hitting, and that has certainly led to what we're seeing here with Kajimoto on the plate. And Kajimoto not easy to strike out. He slaps at it and has surprising power. Holds that bat high from the left side. 2-2 pitch on the way. Off-speed pitch. Slap foul. To the right side. The count remains 2-2.
And Kajimoto was a member of the Barnstormers to begin his Atlantic League career. Hit one of the biggest home runs in Barnstormer history in Game 4 of what was the Liberty Division Championship Series against the Somerset Patriots in 2014. Gave Barnstormers a lead and a win, and they would go on to win the series in 5 en route to the Atlantic League Championship.
The pitch inside now, count full to Kajimoto at 3-2. Only 2 homers this season, but we said he turns on a ball very quickly. It was once said that Ichiro himself could hit 25 to 30 homers a year if he wanted to. He had such great bat control. And he hits one the other way, playable in the air. Mark Krause hardly has to move and makes the catch, and that will do it. Side retired, 1-2-3. That is the 3rd consecutive inning the Ducks have retired the Bees in order. In fact, they have retired the last 10 New Britain batters in a row. We go to the bottom of inning number 7. It's time to get up and stretch. 11-2, Bees lead the Ducks.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Rob Rogers, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. Well, Kyle Simon will not throw a complete game tonight. He does lead the league with 5 complete games this year, but with his team leading 11-2 and him having thrown 102 pitches already, manager Stan Claiborne will go to his bullpen. He'll call upon right-hander Brandon Shimo to take over as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Bees in front 11-2, but only leading by 2 hits. New Britain, with 11 hits, and they have been held hitless. In fact, they have been held base runnerless over their last 10 batters since Jamar Walton's home run back in the 4th inning. And meanwhile, the Ducks have gotten a 2-run home run of their own in the form of Angelo Sanko. And they will look to get even closer here as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Shimo takes over for Simon, who lasts 6 innings tonight.
Here are the numbers on Shimo, making his 45th appearance of the season, all in relief. 63 innings pitched, 53 hits, 32 earned runs. He has struck out 56, walked 25. A record of 4 up and 4 down, an ERA of just over 4.5, 4.57. Brandon Shimo in relief of Kyle Simon. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, top of the order, Jordan Hinshaw at the plate. First pitch. Hinshaw, who likes to swing at that first pitch, does not. Falls in under his hands. 1 ball and no strikes. Hinshaw continuing his hot hitting tonight. 2 for 2 with a walk. He's been on base 3 consecutive times. 2 singles and a walk. Next pitch, ground ball left side. Foul. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to Hinshaw, who'll be followed by Delta Cleary Jr. And then Lou Ford, top of the order for the Long Island Ducks, against reliever Brandon Shimo. So the Ducks have 9 more outs with which to work. Here in the bottom of the 7th, trying to make everyone count, maybe make the New Britain Bees sweat a little bit, even though the Ducks are trailing by 9. They fell into an early 8-0 hole after just an inning and a half. 4 runs for the Bees, 4 in the first, 4 in the second, and they would get 3 more in the 4th. Next pitch well inside to Hinshaw. It's 2-1. Good crowd on hand, and we expect a very big crowd tomorrow night with fireworks on the way in the second of these 4 games against New Britain for Labor Day weekend. 2-1 pitch, ground ball left side. That is a fair ball taken by the third baseman Jovan Rosa. The throw across is in time. Rosa's got a gun at third. That one bounced near the third base bag and nearly took a bad hop. But Rosa stayed with it, and Hinshaw is retired for the first time tonight. 1 out.
Hinshaw with 2 hits and a walk before that ground down. That coming on the heels of a series against the York Revolution this week, where he was 7 for 15 with 3 RBIs, 5 runs scored. So continuing to hit the ball well at the plate, table setter at the top of the order, and he's been on base 3 times, but the Ducks have failed to bring him in 3 times.
Here's Delta Cleary Jr., switch hitter batting from the left side. And the pitch from Brandon Shimo. Went sidearm with that one, an off-speed pitch, hitting the outside corner, 0-1. Delta is 2 for 3 tonight, couple of singles. It's also bounced into a double play. 0-1 pitch, big hack, fouled out of play above us to the club seat section. Second deck, it's 0-2 to Delta. Delta Cleary Jr. came into the game at 274. His average has gone up a couple of ticks to 277. 3 homers, 42 RBI. Shimo's pitch on the way, a swing and a miss, pulling the string, good off-speed pitch. That was a changeup, probably landed off the plate, and Delta goes down swinging, 2 down.
Cleary Jr. has a tendency to chase those pitches out of the zone. He does still have another multi-hit game tonight. 2 more hits in this one, and he continues to rack up his total of multi-hit games this year. Now leads the team with 33 multi-hit games on the season. He had 3 hits last night, all singles, so now 5 hits over his last 2 games, all of them singles.
And here's Lou Ford at the plate. He has flied out to right twice and bounced into a force play. And the first pitch in there for a strike. Fastball from Brandon Shimo, 0-1. Lou came into the game at 291, 8 homers, 29 RBI. 0-1 pitch on the way. And that catch to the outside corner again, 0-2. Shimo doesn't go sidearm with every pitch, but the last couple he has done what Kyle Simon was doing before him. That wing ding of a delivery, which is tough for a right-handed batter to pick up. 0-2 pitch on the way, and that's off the plate. 1-2, kind of slingshots that ball to the plate. So 1-2 the count to Lou Ford. Mark Krause is standing on deck. Lou trying to keep it going. Shimo comes set. Pitch on the way, just off the plate. Lou wanted to unload, but an off-speed pitch sailed outside the strike zone, and he took it. So the count now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th, Ducks trailing 11-2. 2-2 pitch off the plate again. Count worked full by Lou. It's 3-2.
Lou Ford, has reached base in all 15 games he's played since returning from a hamstring injury in late August, but that in jeopardy tonight as he's 0 for 3. So trying to work his way on base and keep that alive here against Shimo.
Shimo comes set, payoff pitch on the way, foul just above us.
You know, every time I see a ball come back like that, I always think back to that one day where that ball came right at us in the booth and that blood-curdling scream that came out of your mouth. Every time I see a ball like that, it's the first thought that pops in my mind.
It shattered windows. It's something I still have nightmares about. But you know, Michael, if there is a ball comes into the booth, I'll be right behind you. And there's a broken bat grounder taken on a couple of hops by shortstop Michael Baca. The looping throw to first baseman John Griffin, and the side is retired in order. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We have finished 7 complete at Bethpage Ballpark, and the score remains New Britain 11, the Ducks 2.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Patrick Kreider, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegLINY.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nickalock Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Dispatch early clock. Number 245-5062. Thank you for entering tonight's 50.
Hey, Duck fans, you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, status of upcoming games? All you have to do to follow the Long Island Ducks is go to Twitter. Twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will also be able to follow the Ducks, find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and more. The Ducks are tweeting right now. You can follow along at Twitter.com/LIDucks. David Weiss and Michael Pollock back at Bethpage Ballpark. It's been a long evening for the Long Island Ducks, but a nice September evening. Chilly, if you will, at the very least cooler than we've experienced all summer long as we turn the page from August to September. Labor Day weekend has begun. We know there's good weather for most of Labor Day weekend, and we hope to see you back out here tomorrow night for fireworks night, Veterans Appreciation Day on Sunday, and then you got Bark in the Park night, or afternoon rather, the sequel, Monday afternoon on Labor Day. A lot to enjoy here at Bethpage Ballpark. Third pitcher of the evening, Tyler Wilson, in his second inning of work, retired the side in order. Connor Bierfeld, eighth man in the order for New Britain, takes a strike. Bierfeld has struck out twice. Those two strikeouts sandwiched around a line out to left fielder Mark Krause. So Bierfeld is 0 for 3. Wilson's pitch on the way. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bierfeld, bottom of the order, Michael Baca, then back to the top, and James Skelton facing Tyler Wilson. Third pitcher of the evening for the Long Island Ducks, pitching from the stretch. The 1-1 is fouled straight back, hit on the hands of Bierfeld's, 1-2. Wilson looking in, gets the sign. And now stepping out momentarily is Bierfeld, so stepping off the rubber is Tyler Wilson. Not much of a breeze at all. The flags just straight up and down, and a swing and a miss. Good fastball from Tyler Wilson. He gets his first strikeout of the evening. Overall, that's the 8th strikeout for Ducks pitching tonight. The first for Wilson, 1 up, 1 down.
And how about this? So far, 10 up and 10 down for the Long Island Ducks bullpen. Jose Velez, 2 scoreless innings, struck out 5 of the 6 hitters he faced, and now 4 up, 4 down for Tyler Wilson with a strikeout. So impressive stuff here tonight from the Ducks bullpen after Tyler Levine had the difficulties on the mound as the starter.
11 in a row retired overall by the Ducks. And there's a base hit breaking the string. We laid it there for you in the silver platter. We jinxed it, and there you go.
Yep, that's all on me. I'll accept full blame for that one.
For once, it wasn't me. Michael Baca with a base hit the other way to right field. He's aboard with 1 out. Baca now 1 for 4 on the evening. He's also bounced out, flied out. Fine running catch by Jordan Hinshaw in right, and also struck out. So Baca with his first hit of the evening. He's aboard with 1 down, and James Skelton back to the top of the order, batting from the left side. Skelton led off this game with a base hit at about 6:35 this evening, and it led to a 4-run first inning that featured a grand slam homer. He walked in the second inning and would come around to score. He's also struck out and bounced out, so he is officially 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored tonight. 1-0 count on Skelton. Baca, not being held on at first base, takes a big lead. And Wilson's 1-0 pitch, just missing the outside corner. And Tyler falls behind on Skelton, 2 balls and no strikes. James Skelton knows how to get aboard. Came into this game leading the league in on-base percentage at .408. Also leading the league in walks now has 84 walks on the season. And the count now 2-1 to Skelton at the plate. Michael Krause is waiting on deck. Skelton can make things happen at the top of the order. You don't usually find that from a catcher. 2-1 pitch, missing a little high and outside. Skelton now out in front at the plate with a 3-1 count. Collectively, the New Britain Bees at 259 in terms of team batting average. The Ducks just ahead of them at 265. 3-1 pitch on the way, well outside. So Skelton with another walk, 2 walks in this game. That is a league-leading 85 walks on the season, and 2 runners aboard now with only 1 out. And it brings up the dangerous Michael Krause.
Michael Krause.
So Kevin Baez getting 2 innings out of Velez and trying to get 2 innings here out of Tyler Wilson, which might inhibit their availability in tomorrow's game. They do have Matt Larkins on the mound, who has been giving them a lot of length of late, and they're certainly going to hope that that is the case tomorrow. Kevin Baez would like to get Wilson through 1 more here and then probably bring in somebody else for the 9th.
Michael Krause at the plate. He is 2 for 4 tonight. A single in the first inning and came around to score. He is a strikeout. Hit a triple off the right field wall in the 4th and would score again, and then struck out again. So he is 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. 2 on here, 1 out. 1-0 count to Krause. Pitch on the way. Good fastball from Wilson, darting across the outside corner. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Krause. Jovan Rosa waiting on deck. A 9-run lead for the New Britain Bees, who put up plenty of runs early. Ducks scoring their 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th on a 2-run homer from Angelo Sonko. Big rip and a miss from Krause, swinging right through that fastball. It's 1-2. Just a couple of weeks left in the 2017 regular season. The Ducks fell behind in this game after losing the last 2 to York, in danger of losing 3 in a row, but still a fairly comfortable lead in the Liberty division, although I'm not sure if anything is actually comfortable considering how other teams can put together winning streaks, so you never know. Swing and a miss. Krause goes down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight to go along with his 2 hits. So that is the 2nd strikeout for Wilson, 9th overall for Ducks pitching, and Jovan Rosa coming to the plate. He is 1 for 3 with a walk and 2 runs scored. The top 5 batters, make that 6 batters in the New Britain lineup, have done all the damage tonight. And the first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Rosa has walked, singled, fouled out, and struck out. As we said, he has scored twice. When I have a moment, I'll just check out collectively what the top 6 batters have done for New Britain tonight. It's impressive. And a pitch in the dirt, blocked by Audie Affinere. No advance by either runner. Skelton at first, Michael Baca at second. There are now 2 down. And Rosa at the plate with a 1-1 count. Righty-righty matchup here. Overall, a fine job done tonight by the Long Island Ducks bullpen after the rough outing from starter Tyler Levine. Coming set, Wilson and the 1-1. A big looping curveball. Swung on late and fouled to the right side. By Rosa, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, the top 4 hitters are 7 for 15 combined between them, with a total of 7 RBIs and 9 runs scored.
And factor in numbers 5 and 6 too. Griffin is 1 for 4, but he's got that 3-run homer. And Walton has a couple of hits, including a solo blast. So you got to include them in the party.
10 for 23 then, if you include them.
Yikes! And that one off the mitt. A fastball. Audie Affinere has to go back to the netting to get it, and both runners advance. Skelton to second base and Michael Baca over to third. Probably go down as a wild pitch. That thing was pretty high.
Yeah, it was kind of up in the zone there, and difficult for Affinere to get it. He got a glove on it, but again had to shoot up to try and get it. Could not get to it in time, so we'll go down as a wild pitch on Tyler Wilson.
So the Bees looking to score for the first time since back in the 4th inning. There are 2 down, but they have 2 runners in scoring position here with Rosa at the plate. And the pitch just missing outside, so the count now full At 3-2 to Jovan Rosa. Looming on deck is Craig Maddox, who has driven in 7 runs tonight and has a couple of home runs. I'm sure Wilson would like to retire Rosa here without loading the bases. And a foul ball out of play on a good fastball that was riding in on Rosa. He stays alive with the foul. Count now still full at 3-2. With 2 down, 2 on. Top of the 8th here at Bethpage Ballpark. First of a big 4-game Labor Day weekend series against the New Britain Bees. Wilson's pitch, hit in the air, isn't playable. Affiner coming back to the netting, runs out of room, and falls about 7 or 8 rows deep in front of us behind home plate. That account remains full to Jovan Rosa. Boy, you can hear all those kids below us still excited about their Long Island Ducks. No matter the score, they've got their thunder sticks. They're making lots of noise, having a wonderful time on this first night of September. Getting in as much fun as possible before the new school year starts. For most school systems, next week. Payoff pitch, again, well inside. Nearly hit Rosa. He works his way on. That is the second walk of the inning given up by Tyler Wilson. 4th overall by Ducks pitching, and the bases are loaded for guess who? Craig Maddox.
Yeah, not what you want to do there if you are Tyler Wilson, given the fact that you were ahead in the count on him at 0-2, but missed with 3 straight, 2 foul balls, and then a walk. And it's tough for Wilson there trying to get that last out. And yes, now you mentioned the dangerous Maddox, who hit 2 home runs in the game off of the righty. Tyler Wilson was retired by the only lefty that he faced. We'll see maybe Kevin Baez goes to his bullpen and bring in Patrick Kreider. I'm not sure if he's available tonight after having to pitch and labor a bit last night throwing 22 pitches. But it looks as though Kevin Baez is going to stick with Wilson, and obviously a dangerous batter for the right-hander to face.
Craig Maddox with a grand slam homer in the first, an RBI single in the second, a 2-run shot in the 4th, and struck out against the lefty, Jose Velez, in the 6th. So he is 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored and 7 RBIs tonight. 2 outs, bases loaded. Maddox at the plate, big home run cut and a miss. It's 0-1. If Maddox should jack one out here, we're talking about an historic night. But first things first, Wilson has work to do. It's 0-1. Maddox probably thinking yard here and takes one off the plate. It's 1-1.
Grand slam here obviously gives him 11 RBIs on the night, 3 homers and 4 runs scored. And the last thing Wilson wants to do is have that happen. So I'm sure he's going to pitch very carefully to Maddox. Ray shifted over to his left on the right side, as is Sanko.
Can't be too careful, though. No place to put him. 1-1 pitch is hit out of play, left side. Maddox a little late on that swing on the fastball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 down.
Yeah, you simply can't pitch around him with nobody, no base open, but you can find a way to keep the ball kind of out of the middle areas of the plate. Up in the zone is no-go for Tyler Wilson here. You got to keep it down, and that certainly seems like what he's trying to do here in the early part of this at-bat.
Well, Wilson looks in. Affiner gets the sign. 1-2 pitch is on the way. It was a backdoor breaking ball that misses that backdoor, stays in the backyard. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. So Maddox on the season now with 9 home runs. And let's see, add 3 more, 68 RBIs. That's what I've got him down for. And climbing by the moment. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way, slap, left field, and deep. Running over is Mark Krause. Can he get to it? He cannot. And that thing is gone. Craig Maddox has gone wild tonight, pollinating the base paths. He's driven in 11 runs tonight with 3 home runs, 2 of them grand slams. The Bees have scored 4 more and lead at 15-2. Maddox, yikes! An opposite field grand slam this time. You can't get this guy out.
I'll tell you, that was not good pitching there from Tyler Wilson either. You give Maddox credit. He got it up in the zone, drove it the opposite way. He didn't hit it all that hard, but found enough of it to get it over the fence and right into the bullpen for the Bees. But give him credit. 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in, 4 runs scored. Probably the best night of his professional career and about as good of a night as anybody could have in his pro career.
John Griffin at the plate, 1-0 count. Pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. Griffin himself, the former Long Island Duck, is 1 for 4, a 3-run homer of his own back in the 2nd inning. It is the 1st of September 2017. It is fair to say Craig Maddox will remember this day for the rest of his life.
No doubt about it. No doubt. Absolutely right, David. This is a memorable day for him. You can't take anything away from what he is doing. Again, for Wilson, again, I had nothing and 2 on Jovan Rosa with 2 down, 2 on, threw 3 out of the zone, and then eventually walked him. That's a huge no-no. Then I got to 2 strikes on Maddox. I had 1 and 2. Missed with the pitch and then left one up in the zone. It's just stuff that you can't do at this level. Guys with the abilities that these hitters have are going to take advantage. And Tyler Wilson, it leaves one up to Craig Maddox, who has had a red-hot bat all night, and he pays for it.
Well, Maddox with 3 homers tonight, 2 of them to right, but that one hit a long way to left. John Griffin hits it a long way, right center field. Delta Cleary Jr. is going back. It's 1 hop off the wall. Griffin will just cruise into second base, standing up, a stand-up double for John Griffin. So Tyler Wilson, who came in and retired the New Britain Bees in the 7th in order, and then struck out the first man he faced here in the 8th, but things have come apart for Tyler Wilson here in the 8th inning. Kevin Baez jogging out to the mound, and I think that's going to do it for Tyler.
Tyler thought he was getting taken out. Oh, and now he does. That's interesting. Wilson was way off the mound, and Kevin came out, was about to give him the baseball, and then eventually Kevin said, nope, go back to the mound. And I thought all of a sudden he was going to stay in, but now he comes out. So now Patrick Kreider comes in. I'm surprised Kreider didn't come in to face Craig Maddox with the way that Maddox has hit righties all night long, but Kreider comes in at this point now, and now it is a 15-2 game, and the Bees continuing their 2-out assault on the Long Island Ducks. We'll step aside and come back after this.
Hey fans, this is pitching coach Billy Horn, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
PSEG Long Island is making things work for you with over 10 energy efficiency programs that can help you save on your monthly electric bill. From our free online energy analyzer and in-home energy assessments to rebates on energy-efficient air conditioning, even discounts on LED light bulbs. Helping you save on electricity is our job. What to do with your savings?
Flight 85 now boarding for the magic of Orlando.
Is entirely up to you. Visit psegly.com/save money. Just one more way PSEG Long Island is making things work for you.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the picnic area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Craig Maddox having the night of his life. 3 home runs, 2 of them grand slams, 11 RBIs, and 4 runs scored, and he has the Bees out in front 15-2 tonight as the Grid looks well on its way to taking the opening game of this 4-game series. The night in which the Ducks hit their 100th home run of the year to meet the Champions Home Run Challenge. And after the grand slam by Maddox, as Tyler Wilson stayed in to face the lefty, and then Wilson allowed a double to John Griffin. Kevin Baez now calls on the other lefty out of his bullpen, Patrick Kreider. So Kreider will take over here in the 8th to try and get the final out of the inning with the lefty Jamar Walton coming to the plate.
And Jamar Walton tonight is 2 for 4 himself with a solo homer back in the 4th. So nobody on now. Bases cleared again after another Craig Maddox grand slam as Walton swings at the first pitch and hits one weakly. First baseman Angelo Sonko boots it. Would have been a tough play nonetheless with Walton's speed as Patrick Kreider was streaking to first base to try to take the underhand toss from Sonko. So we'll see how that scored.
Yeah, that's going to be an infield single. That's a tough play. Walton has pretty good speed as he runs up the first base line. I know Sanko had trouble with it, but he would have been, with his momentum going the other way, would have had to flip it across his body to first base, and I'm not even sure. It would have to be a perfect flip to first, and Kreider, I'm not even sure if he would have beaten Walton to the bag. So it's going to be an infield single and the 15th hit of the game for New Britain.
Yep, agreed. Along with the fact that you've got Walton, who is batting from the left side, has that extra step, allowing him to get to first base even more quickly. Yusuke Kajimoto at the plate, who is 1 for 4. He has singled, reached on an error, bounced out and flied out. And it's the 9th man to come to the bat here in the top of the 8th with 4 runs in. 1 man on. Make that 2 men on as he fouls it out of play to the right side. So John Griffin, who hit that double, knocking Tyler Wilson out of the box, advancing to third base and staying there after the infield single from Walton. Runners on the corners, 2 down, 4 runs in. The New Britain Bees have 3 4-run innings and a 3-run inning. Add that all up and it's 15 runs. Next pitch from Kreider, in on the hands, fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kajimoto. So here's how the inning has gone. Strikeout, single, walk, strikeout, another walk, grand slam, double single.
And the key word I heard there was walk. Too many of those in this inning, especially a 2-out walk ahead, nothing in 2 on a hitter, and that preceded everything.
No doubt. Swing and a miss. Good curveball from Kreider and a hard one. So going down on strikes, swinging for the 9th strikeout collectively for Ducks pitching. And the first one for Patrick Kreider, obviously, and the side is finally retired. However, in the inning, 4 runs. There were 3 hits. Make that 4 hits. 2 walks, 2 men left. I have a headache. New Britain Bees leading the Long Island Ducks, going to the bottom of the 8th, 15-2.
Hey fan, this is a pitcher Amali Diaz, and you're listening to the Ducks baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss and Michael Pollock. We have another pitching change for the New Britain Bees. The 3rd pitcher they have used here tonight. Kyle Simon, the starter, going 7 innings, replaced by Brandon Shimo, who pitched it was 6 innings rather for Simon, right? Simon, 6 innings? There you go, 6 innings. Brandon Shimo pitched 1 for the 7 innings we have completed so far. And here in the bottom of the 8th, Mike Heppel, right-hander, native of Connecticut, pitching for the New Britain Bees to face Mark Krause, Angelo Sanko, and Elmer Reyes here in the bottom of the 8th, with the Ducks trailing by 13, a baker's dozen. 15-2, New Britain leading it. An offensive explosion, and mostly from just one guy, one New Britain Bee, name of Greg Maddox.
I don't think we're really going to need to debate who the player of the game is unless the Ducks somehow make a miraculous comeback in this one.
I guess you never know, but not likely. Mark Krause at the plate. He is over 2 with a walk and a run scored. He was on base when Angelo Sanko behind him hit his 2-run homer back in the 6th, the Ducks' 100th of the season. It is 2 balls, no strikes to Kraus, who has 20 homers on the season, now trailing his teammate Sanko by 1 homer for the team lead. Coming set, Heppel, the 2-0 is outside, 3 balls and no strikes. That is certainly, that will drive a manager crazy, up by 13 runs, and your reliever comes into the game and can't find the strike zone, at least not yet. Heppel will try again. The 3-1 hits the outside corner. It's 3-1 to Mark Kraus.
I don't think Stan Clyburn will get too worked up about it just yet. Obviously, you don't want to start seeing a situation where the Ducks can put guys on and rally a bit, but quite a cushion the Bees have to work with. They have had 3 4-run innings tonight and 1 3-run inning to fuel the offense. 5 home runs, and wow, that pitch came up with a zone and looked like the reliever Mike Heppel just lost his footing.
So Kraus works his way on with a walk. Second walk he's been issued. That's the 4th walk overall given up by New Britain pitching, and another Ducks walk brought to you by City MD Urgent Care. There are over 15 City MD locations across Long Island. Need a doctor, just walk in. So it's Angelo Sanko coming up, his last time up after striking out and popping out. In the 6th, a 2-run homer deep over the right field wall. His 21st homer of the season and number 100 for the Ducks this season. And the first pitch is downstairs with a fastball, 1-0. So Sanko now with 21 home runs on the season and 69 RBIs. 1 for 3 tonight. Elmer Reyes waiting on deck. He's got a couple of hits as well. 1-0 pitch on the way. Sanko takes inside portion of the plate. Called a strike by home plate umpire Tom Gandolfo. It's 1-1.
Heppel's done well against the Ducks this year. 4 appearances, has thrown 4 2/3 innings without allowing an earned run, and has struck out 6 batters.
And Heppel coming set quickly. And the pitch to Sanko downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. 15 runs, 15 hits for the New Britain Bees. For the Ducks, 2 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. The error did not factor into any of the runs scored by New Britain tonight. They've done it basically with the long ball. And the pitch to Sanko, and he hits it a long way, right center field. Looking up is Michael Kraus, and he tracks it down. Wow, that one, it had been pulled just a little more to right field. Sanko has his 2nd homer of the night. Instead, without much of a breeze, but the air cool, not carrying all of a sudden, that one tracked down by Kraus, and is 1 down.
Now you said it right, on a summer night that might have had a chance, but on a night like tonight where it feels like fall weather, heavier air, cooler air just kind of deadens the ball off the bat, and Sanko hit it hard, hit it well, but Kraus with his speed able to get to the spot and make the catch. And so there's the first out of the inning.
It bodes well, though, for the Ducks if Sanko can get back in a groove and start hitting them out. Elmer Reyes at the plate is 2 for 2 with a walk. He's been on base 3 consecutive at-bats, 1 ball and no strikes, an infield hit in the 4th, and a single to left in the 6th. He walked back in the 2nd. And as Heppel comes set, next pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, definitely some positive signs as Sanko has hit safely in each of his last 3 games. He had 2 hard-hit singles to right last night. And then here tonight with that home run and that hard-hit flyout.
1-1 the count to Elmer Reyes. Next pitch downstairs, 2-1. Mark Kraus led off this inning with a walk. Sanko flying out to deep right center field. And Reyes at the plate. Bottom of the 8th on this first evening of September. Ducks and New Britain Bees, the 2-1. Bouncing ball, nice big hop for second baseman Gachimoto to Baca for 1 to first, and that's it. An inning-ending 4-6-3 double play, and that is the 4th double play of the game hit into by the Long Island Ducks. So we have finished 8 complete here at Bethpage Ballpark. Score remains New Britain 15, Long Island 2.
Hey fans, this is pitcher David Artsma, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Oh, I love it. The color of my new Nicolot patio is so vibrant. It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
You're welcome. I'm just going to go finish that Nicolot walkway now.
Make your pavers vivid Nicolot pavers. The best looking, most vibrant pavers with the most 3-color blends in the industry. Featuring Nicolot's exclusive paver shield and color blending technology. With color throughout and guaranteed not to fade. Live life in color with Nicolot. Visit Nicolot.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Well, we go to the 9th inning here in the series opener, and despite the Ducks falling, it seems like they will in this game. They trail 15-2. There is a lot of baseball still to be played here on this Labor Day weekend. We've got 3 more games in the series coming up. Tomorrow night at 6:35, it'll be game 2 of the series, and following the game, a post-game fireworks spectacular presented by Suffolk County AME. Sunday is a 1:35 start, back to 1:35 here as we hit the month of September, and it is Veterans Appreciation Day. Veteran groups in attendance will be lining up along the first and third base lines during the national anthem of the game, and Voices for Veterans performing on the plaza before the game, and also the first 1,500 fans in attendance will take home a Ducks 2017 team photo, courtesy of the Suffolk County Corrections Officers Association. So a nice giveaway there. Also, of course, pregame autographs on the field. The team photo, a perfect item to get signatures on. And kids run the bases after the game, presented by Bethpage Federal Credit Union.
Connor Bierfeld is leading off for the New Britain Bees in the top of the 9th. He is 0 for 4. He has struck out 3 times against Ducks pitching. In fact, the bottom third of the order for New Britain hasn't done a whole lot tonight. It's been the first 6 batters in the order who have done all the damage. 1-0 pitch, missing the outside corner. It's 2-0. And that brings us to Labor Day on Monday, 1:35 start. We're talking about Bark in the Park, the sequel.
Yes, Bark in the Park Part 2, Return of the Dogs, will be on Monday, a Labor Day matinee at 1:35 p.m.
Next pitch, out hit out of play, right side, 2-1, the count to Bierfeld.
So if you want to bring your pooch to the ball game, all you need to do is go to liducksgroups.com and type in the promo code POOCH. When you reach there, type that password in, and you'll be able to buy a pooch pass, which you need to bring your pup into the ball game.
2-1 pitch to Bierfeld, hits the outside corner, strike, good fastball from Kreider. It's 2-2. And my doggy, Barkley, is looking forward to this. He has never been to a Bark in the Park game. He can't wait. He's drooling at home.
It should be a fun day. The first one back on May 16th really was a great success here at Bethpage Ballpark.
I was here for that one, too. And a swing and a miss. Pops in and out of the mid of Audie Affiner, and he makes the throw, and the putout made at first base, Angelo Sonko. So goes down as a strikeout. So with 5 at-bats tonight, Connor Bierfeld has the golden sombrero plus that line out. He has struck out 4 times.
And of course, he was the Pizza Hut K-Man too. So everybody, of course, tonight gets to get home, take home with them a special offer of a free 1-topping personal pie from participating Pizza Hut locations. Unfortunately, you don't get 4 free pies because he struck out 4 times, but hey, still get the Pizza Hut K-Man offer.
And Long Island Duck pitching, to my count, struck out 10 batters here tonight. And for Patrick Kreider.
So it's 12 now.
Is it 12?
Yeah, well, Kreider has 2, Wilson had 2.
There you go.
Velez 5, and Levine 3.
I've lost track. That's not the only thing I've lost track of tonight. Michael Baca at the plate. And he has a strikeout tonight against Ducks pitching. He's also flied out, bounced out. But he singled in the 8th inning and scored a run when you know who hit another grand slam. His second of the game, Craig Maddox. And this one is stroked, left center field. Nobody's going to get this one. It's going to go all the way to the wall on a couple of hops. Cut off, at least for the moment, by Delta Cleary Jr. Bobbles it a bit. And making a headfirst dive into third base is Michael Baca. I think he would have made it anyway. It goes down as a triple for Baca. So now the bottom portion of the order for New Britain making some noise. A triple to left center for Michael Baca with one out. And we go back to the top of the order. Apparently New Britain not quite done pollinating yet.
Yeah, the Bees just continuing to hit the ball hard. Their 16th hit of the ball game. For Michael Baca with the triple, that is his first triple of the season. And second of the game for the Bees.
James Skelton at the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup here against Patrick Kreider on the mound for the Ducks, and it's 0-1 to Skelton, who has singled and then scored on that grand slam later by Craig Maddox, his first grand slam of the game of 2. Skelton also walking in the second inning, and he scored again. He has struck out, bounced out, and then walked in the 8th, and came around to score on the second grand slam from Craig Maddox. So overall, Skelton tonight is officially 1 for 3 with 2 walks and 3 runs scored. Exactly what you're looking for from a guy at the top of your order, who happens to be their catcher, James Skelton. 1-1 pitch on the way. Up high, 2 balls and a strike. Michael Baca 90 feet away from scoring the Bees' sweet 16th run of the evening. 15-2, New Britain leading it. Baca with that triple to left center. There with 1 out. Skelton at the plate. It's a 2-1 count against Patrick Kreider. Pitch inside, and it's 3 balls and a strike to Skelton. Taking a lead in foul territory is Baca. The pitch to Skelton is up high with a fastball. So a 5-pitch walk given up to James Skelton. Another walk surrendered by the Ducks.
Center fielder number 10, Michael Krause.
I've got the Ducks walking 5 batters here tonight now.
And that's what I got too, is 5. And James Skelton continuing to add to his walk total. He's got now 3 tonight, so up to 86 on the season.
Leading the league in that department. So runners on the corners with 1 down. Ducks wouldn't mind snuffing this out with a double play. Let's see if Kreider can get Michael Krause to hit it on the ground. And he does. It's taken by third baseman Alfonso. Over to second for 1, but no play. A good play at second base. Skelton taking out second baseman Elmer Reyes. So that allows the run to score. That goes 6 to make that 5-4 on a fielder's choice. RBI for Michael Krause. The 16th run does score for New Britain. And it's Krause replacing Skelton on the base paths. It's 16-2 Bees.
Well, definitely the most runs that the Ducks have given up in a game this year, obviously. And they're trying to just get this final out of the top of the 9th. And we'll see what happens in the bottom of the 9th if they can try and piece something together. But very tough night here for anybody not named Jose Velez.
Joe Van Rosa at the plate. Swings at the first pitch, line drive, and it's taken on the backhand by Dan Lyons, retiring Rosa. And that finally is it. So in the inning for the New Britain Bees, they do score a run. There was a hit, a walk, and 1 man left at the end of 8.5. Ducks will finish it up in the bottom of the 9th, trailing New Britain 16-2.
Hey fans, this is infielder Cody Puckett, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 24 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and also recently acquired Hampton Luxury Liner with regular service from New York City to the Hamptons. They also offer a variety of vineyard tour options. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines and Hampton Luxury Liner, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up. It's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
To the bottom half of the ninth we go. The Bees 3 outs away from a dominating win here in the opening game of this series. The Bees, who come in with a 48-74 overall record, worse than the Atlantic League, but they have taken it to the Ducks tonight. Tyler Levine, who started, did not have his stuff this evening, as the Bees scored 4 in the first, 4 in the second, and 3 in the fourth against him, courtesy of 4 home runs, a grand slam from Craig Maddox, a 3-run home run from John Griffin, a 2-run home run from Craig Maddox, and a solo home run from Jamar Walton. So they hit for the home run cycle over the first 4 innings of the game. Maddox added another grand slam later in the 8th against Tyler Wilson with 2 out, and then another run in the 9th for the Bees. The Ducks have managed just 2 runs in this game, courtesy of Angelo Sanko's 2-run home run in the 6th, which was the 100th of the season for the Ducks. So they meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge, and Chappie's Funeral Homes donates $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Brian Dupre has taken over for Mike Heppel as we go to the 9th, and the Bees will try and complete this victory to take game 1 of 4 here on Long Island on this Labor Day weekend.
Or is that Dupre or Dupre?
Dupre.
It's Dupre. It's Brian Dupre. Thank you for that, Michael Pollock. And it's Fonzie, Affiner, and Lyons, the bottom third of the order for the Long Island Ducks, to face Dupre here in the bottom of the 9th. Fonzie is 1 for 3 tonight. Swing and a miss. That one up around the letters. It was a rising fastball. Couldn't catch up to it. It's 0-2 quickly to Fonzie, who singled in the second and has flied out twice after that. Ducks with 9 hits tonight. And they've left more than a few runners on base, too, as an off-speed pitch skips away from catcher James Skelton. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Fonzie.
Dupre has made 4 appearances against the Ducks this year. He has allowed 12 earned runs in 17 and a third innings, striking out just 7, a 6.23 ERA. And it's a perfect time to put a guy who has struggled against Long Island in the ballgame.
1-2 pitch, fouled straight back by Fonzie. Good cut, just missed it. His count remains 1-2. 25th appearance overall for Dupre. He has started 18 games. An ERA of nearly 7.5 against the rest of the league.
Yeah, he started the year, I believe, as a starter and just kind of struggled throughout the course of the season. The Bees moving him back into the bullpen.
Yeah, he's
because
got
of that.
Trouble with control. 53 walks, 59 strikeouts. Not a great ratio there. And 93 in the 2/3 innings pitched. And a count 2-2 here on Fonzie, but as you mentioned, leading 14 runs here with a big fat lead. Not a bad idea to give this pitcher some work. 2-2 pitch as Fonzie hits it out of play right side. Count remains 2-2.
Well, the Ducks will be sending Matt Larkins to the mound tomorrow, and they are certainly going to look for a couple things out of Larkins. A strong pitching performance, because the Ducks have not had that over the last couple of nights, and they have also used a lot of their relievers over the last 3 games.
As Fonzie hits it in the air, looks playable. First baseman John Griffin coming over, calling everybody off, and makes the grab in foul territory, 1 down.
Larkins has done well at giving the Ducks length this year, so they're certainly going to look for that in the bounce back tomorrow night. Game 2 of the series at 6:35. The Bees, meanwhile, are going to counter with John Pettibone, who started against the Ducks in that game on Sunday. The Bees 8-7 win. He didn't pitch very well in that. Fell behind early 4-0. And the Ducks are hoping that the offense will turn into much better effort than they have tonight. The Ducks have had guys on. Over the first 6 innings, they had at least 1 hit in every inning. 3 innings, they had 2, but they've left 7 more on base tonight and just really haven't been able to put runs home.
And the first pitch to Affiner hits the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Audie, Ducks catcher tonight, has struck out twice, sandwiching those strikeouts around a single back in the 5th inning. And the next pitch is slammed center field on a line. Coming over to our right, his left, center fielder Michael Krause, and the Ducks are down to their final out.
Well, after this game is over, we'll have the post-game show for you. We won't go through every single run-scoring play in the course of the game, but we will give you the recap of what took place here tonight, hand out the Player of the Game award. Not that there's really any debate as to who that's going to be tonight. By the way, I did just find out the Major League record for RBIs in a game, 12. So Craig Maddox tonight has come within 1 RBI of the Major League record for runs batted in a game.
How about that?
Not sure what the Atlantic League record is, but I do know also that in Major League history there are 14 times in which a player's hit 2 grand slams in a game. I'm not sure if it's ever happened in the Atlantic League, but can't imagine that it has. Maybe once or twice if it has.
And there's a ground ball, left side, taken by Jovan Rosa. The throw across in time, nipping Dan Lyons by just half a step, and that will end it. 3 up and 3 down in the bottom of the 9th for the Long Island Ducks. It was just not to be tonight. And when I say B, I spell that B-E-E. The New Britain Bees with an offensive explosion, and most of it came from their number 4 hitter, their cleanup man, Craig Maddox, who really did clean things up tonight with 3 homers, 2 of them grand slams. He scored 4 runs and knocked in 11. What more could you want? Final score from Bethpage Ballpark tonight in the first of a 4-game series. The New Britain Bees 16, the Long Island Ducks 2. We'll be back.
Hey fan, this is a pitcher Amali Diaz, and you listen to the Dogs Baseball on the Long Island Dogs Broadcast Network.
Going way back is Joe Holden, and he is looking up, and that one is headed to field 5 at Robert Moses. The waves are gnarly, and the Ducks have tied it at 1.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, back here at Bethpage Ballpark on a tough night, the Ducks fall in the opening game of this 3-game series by the final count of 16-2. Most runs they have allowed in a game this year as the Bees flex their muscles in a big way and came out to bat tonight as they hit up the Ducks for 5 home runs, the most homers the Ducks have given up in a game this year. Tyler Levine started and struggled on the mound, and after a dominating performance out of the bullpen by Jose Velez, the rest of the relief corps struggled as well. So to recap this game for you again, for the Bees, they got off to an early 4-0 lead in the first against Tyler Levine. 2 singles and a walk began the inning, and then Craig Maddox started off his amazing night with a grand slam to right center. For Maddox, it was his 8th home run of the year, and the Bees took a 4-0 lead. They would double it to 8 in the second inning, when with 1 out, James Skelton walked. Jovan Rosa then singled with 2 outs, and Craig Maddox followed with an RBI single to center for his 5th run batted into the night. John Griffin then followed with a 3-run home run to right center. His 10th home run of the season made it an 8-0 game. After Tyler Levine pitched a scoreless 3rd inning, he ran into more troubles in the 4th, a triple to lead off the inning, and then a 2-run home run from Maddox with 1 out in the inning. Maddox's 2nd homer of the game, 9th of the season. That made it 10-0, and then 2 batters later, Jamar Walton lined a solo homer over the right field wall for his 12th home run of the season, and it was 11-0 New Britain after 4. The only runs for the Ducks came in the 6th inning after Long Island left 6 on over the first 5 innings. Mark Krause drew a walk to begin the inning, and then Angelo Sanko hit a 2-run home run over the right field wall, his team-leading 21st of the year. And for the Ducks, their 100th home run of the season, so they have met the Chappie's home run challenge for the first time since 2014. And Chappie and Sons Funeral Homes will make a $5,000 donation to the Quackerjack Foundation this year. Bees were kept in check over the middle innings of the game. Jose Velez came in the 5th, dominated, struck out 5 of the 6 batters he faced, retiring the side in order in each inning. Tyler Wilson a scoreless 7th, but then ran into trouble in the 8th inning as he allowed a 1-out single followed by a walk and then a 2-out walk to Jovan Rosa after getting ahead 0-2. That set the stage for Maddox, who drove a ball the opposite way with 2 strikes and snuck it over the left field wall for his 3rd home run of the night, his 2nd grand slam of the game, 10th home run of the season. He had 11 RBIs and 4 runs scored on the night, and the Bees at that point had themselves a lead at 15-2, and they would add one more in the 9th inning on a run-scoring fielder's choice off the bat of Michael Krause. So 16 runs to the Bees, and they win it 16-2. The final totals tonight: 16 runs, 16 hits, no errors for New Britain. They left 5 on base for the Ducks, 2 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. They left 7. Winning pitcher Kyle Simon, who improves to 10-11 on the year. He threw 6 innings of 2-run ball, allowed 9 hits, 3 walks, struck out 4. Tyler Levine, who allowed 11 runs on 11 hits in 4 innings, suffers the loss. He falls to 3-2. Game took 2 hours and 58 minutes in front of a crowd of 4,088 tonight here at Bethpage Ballpark. Dave, no question, it's got to be Craig Maddox tonight. What a night for him. There are some nights where you just have to tip your cap to the opponent, and tonight the Bees as a whole took advantage of Tyler Levine's difficulties on the mound, and really the Ducks pitching staff as a whole, but especially Craig Maddox, who had 2 grand slams, 3 homers, 11 runs batted in, and 4 runs scored.
And, you know, with that crouching stance he has at the plate, he just seems so locked in tonight, especially against every right-hander that the Ducks could throw at him. It was only Jose Velez who was able to retire him, and that was a lefty-lefty matchup, and he got Maddox actually looking on a terrific fastball in the outside corner. Other than that, Maddox was launching everything, and most impressive was that home run the other way. I mean, the grand slam that went to left field, clearing the wall. It was only a question of whether it was going to be fair or foul. It had the distance. I mean, he was hitting them all over the ballpark, and he had that RBI single in the 2nd to go along with his hat trick of homers. 11 ribbies, 4 runs scored, 3 home runs. Craig Maddox, a night to remember. And even though it came on the losing end for the Long Island Ducks, you not only tip your cap, but you watch in awe, in admiration of a player who has an all-time game right in front of you. You say every time you go to a ball game, you might see something you've never seen before. I'm not sure if you'll ever see another 11 RBI in 1 game performance by a player in the Atlantic League. You saw something tonight you don't often see. Came at the hands of the Ducks, but it's up to Matt Larkins tomorrow to stop the bleeding. The Ducks have given up 32 runs in their last 3 games. That is obviously not going to continue as they try to right the ship, as they try to eventually lock up a playoff berth.
And Maddox came into the game hitting .258 with 7 homers and 61 RBIs. He exits the game at .264 with 10 home runs and 72 runs batted in on the season. What a night for Maddox. We'll take one more break. When we come back, we'll look at the out-of-town scores, and then we'll wrap things up from Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network.
Long Island's Ford Giant is celebrating its 60th year anniversary. Stop by Sayville Ford to check out their state-of-the-art showroom featuring enclosed service drives, luxurious customer lounge, and a larger selection to choose from. Get giant savings on hundreds of new and used vehicles in stock. Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary celebration is going on now. Visit SayvilleFord.com or download the Sayville Ford app today to learn more about Sayville Ford's 60th anniversary savings. Call 631-589-4800 today.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Back here at Bethpage Ballpark, one final time tonight. Long Island Ducks are beat up 16-2 in the opening game of this 4-game series. They will look to bounce back tomorrow night in Game 2 of the series at 6:35. We'll have more on that in a moment. First, a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and right now when you look at that out-of-town scoreboard, this is a night where the Ducks could end up winning in some ways, despite the fact that they get beaten up pretty good here at home. Lancaster Barnstormers have just sealed up a 2-1 win over the Somerset Patriots. So what does that mean? It means the Ducks will remain 6.5 games ahead of Somerset, and each team loses a game. So now the Ducks with just 15 games to go, Somerset with just 16 to go, and the Ducks get help there as the Patriots lose, so one more knocked off that magic number in terms of Somerset. The winner, John Cucino, improved to 3-1. Connor Root, the loser, fell to 1-3, and Anthony Carter, his 28th save of the year. For the Barnstormers, 2 RBIs from Cole Garner, and for the Patriots, a run batted in from Richardson. Meanwhile, also helping out the Ducks are the York Revolution, who are out to a 9-2 lead right now in Bridgeport, Connecticut, heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. Obviously, that game not over yet, but if that score holds up, the Ducks would remain 7 games ahead of Bridgeport, with each having 15 games left to play, so another number would come off that magic number for the Ducks. Starting tonight for York was Frank Gailey. He is still in the game, 7 innings of work for him. Rainey Lara started for Bridgeport, and now Elvin Ramirez has come on to pitch after Frank DiGiulio Jr. struggled. For the Revolution tonight, 3 RBIs apiece from Isaiah Saheda and Michael Burgess leading the way, and 4 Bridgeport RBIs from Luis Hernandez and Sean Burrows. Down in Sugar Land, Texas, Skeeters finally returning home after Hurricane Harvey, and they're out to a 2-1 lead. Bottom of the 6th inning over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. It is Brett Marshall on the mound tonight for Sugar Land and Drew Hayes for Southern Maryland. Skeeters have picked up RBIs thus far from Kevin Aarons and Joe Benson. Yankees, meanwhile, trailing for the Boston Red Sox at home 4-1 after winning last night. Sonny Gray started for the Yankees, struck out 9 but gave up 4 runs. Adam Warren now into the ballgame. Doug Fister started for the Red Sox, 7 innings of 1-run ball. Addison Reed just came on and pitched for Boston. Red Sox tonight have home runs from Ramirez, his 22nd, Nunez, his 8th, and Benintendi, his 19th. The lone RBI for the Yankees from Aaron Judge, his 83rd run batted in of the year. And a tough night for the United States men's national team as they are blanked 2-0 at Red Bull Arena by Costa Rica in a World Cup qualifier. Marcos Urena scoring both goals for Costa Rica. So that does it for the out-of-town scoreboard. And as we were talking about earlier, David, it will be Matt Larkins on the mound tomorrow for the Long Island Ducks. They will need some length out of him first and foremost after having to use a total of 3 relief pitchers plus Tyler Levine on the mound tonight, and having to throw Velez, Wilson, and Kreider for multiple innings each. Larkins comes in at 8-6 with a 3.69 ERA, and the Beast will counter with Jonathan Pettibone, who is 2-6 and has a 4.76 earned run average.
At points this season, especially over his last several starts, Matt Larkins at times has looked absolutely unhittable and has looked every bit an ace, although it still remains to be John Brownell at the top of the rotation, of course. But Larkins with an important job tonight to get the Ducks back on track, giving up 32 runs in their last 3 games, 8 each in 2 losses to the York Revolution, finishing up that 4-game series with a split and giving up 16 runs tonight in a forgettable night for the Long Island Ducks. So Larkins on the mound, and better things to come. You've got tomorrow, you got Sunday, you got Monday. It's 3 more games over the next 3 days of Labor Day weekend. September is here. The weather has made a bit of a turn here, and we look forward to seeing you back here at the ballpark. This is my last regularly scheduled regular season game of the broadcast booth, but I hope to see you right back here in the playoffs there, Michael.
Yeah, hopefully we will have postseason baseball here again on Long Island. The Ducks have some work to do, and they will look to bounce back tomorrow in Game 2 of this 4-game series. So that'll do it for us tonight here at Bethpage Ballpark. Once again, the final score, it was the New Britain Bees 16, the Long Island Ducks 2. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast, which will be tomorrow night for Game 2 of this 4-game set. Pregame show is going to begin at 6:20. First pitch 6:35. You can follow all the action here on the Long Island Ducks Broadcast Network. My name is Michael Pollock. Thank you so much for spending your Friday night with me, and for David Weiss here in the broadcast booth. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Have a great rest of your Friday night. We'll do it all over again tomorrow evening. Good night and so long from Central Islip, New York.